And we're live! Welcome, everyone, to another Genshin
stream.
It looks like it sure is.
I need to hit go live.
Oh, okay. So I guess it starts before I hit go live, which is a good lesson learned. Do you see the new stream feature? Everyone waiting here? See, I did have a... Oh, did we get a freeze? We got our first freeze. So I had to cancel an entire stream the other week to get a webcam working, and now it does, and it continuously freezes. But the most important thing is that these freezes end. They'll actually end and continue to show and record everything. So welcome everyone to another wonderful Genshin stream. And we're going to jump right in here to some Genshin Impact this evening. So yeah, it's been a little bit. For those of you who are looking forward to the Lego Star Wars stream that I hyped up, you might have seen on the channel that it's like kind of been pushed back time after time after time after time. And yeah, hopefully tomorrow's the big day. I'm hoping tomorrow's the big day. Yeah, I do want to do it. I really wanted to do it, but the day that it was originally supposed to happen, I was trying to set this webcam up and have it be the webcam reveal for my streaming start. And, about a stream's worth of things went wrong. And we have a first comment this evening. It's been about 2 weeks since I streamed, so I see here, Dehya OP. Yes, she's the best character in the game. And you see, I'm just starting up Genshin for the first time this evening. We take a look. I have to point in the opposite direction, alright. We're going to take a look at what happens when I press go. Cutscene reception.
I was trying to remember. What else did we put on our shopping list?
So, I actually tried to, wanted to stream the latest event from this version that had come out. And, didn't work out exactly.
Oh, what a mouthwater.
But... but there were a couple of story quests that were in the way, basically saying, hey, you can't do the event because Nilou is busy in her story quest. You also can't do the event because the Sumeru market is busy in the story quest. And I went and did a story quest for Nilou a little bit, just a few cutscenes, and I was like, yeah, eventually she'll probably not be busy, right? And then eventually this one location will not be busy. And everything would be fine. And it wasn't.
Well,
it wasn't.
The Traveler in Paimon. Wasn't expecting
so,
to see you here.
I think I'm trying to tell this story and also kind of manage a lot of things for the first time in a few weeks. But really they kind of jumped me right into the content, as we started here. I got another comment here. I'm using Dehya with Xinyan, Dory, and Mika. Yeah, I remember Mika came out. I just forget he exists. And he calls it the anti-meta. Yeah, I remember Xinyan has a reputation for, she's still respected, but she's not, she's considered low tier. Respectable character, but low tier. Whereas Dehya is a laughing stock because she is, abysmally low for being a new, hyped-up 5-star. And then, Dory, I don't see much about Dory. And I don't see much about Mika, so I guess they're forgettable. But if you want true anti-meta, you're really going to have to fit Aloy in that team somewhere. Maybe get that cryo synergy out.
Hello there.
Maybe cut Dory.
It's been quite a while.
So you two are still hanging out together. Dehya, didn't you say last time that you were gonna head back to the desert?
So choice of drink for this evening, now that I have a webcam,
I said I was going to resign from being her bodyguard.
Oh man. Is Gatorade Zero, the purple flavor. Not sure what flavor. I mean, I just read it's great. But purple. Now I can see that there is a webcam issue. It is constantly freezing and restarting on me. And that I haven't been able to fix. If I get enough comments that it's just too shitty of a situation, then I'll stop it. But until then, it's at least restarting itself, and it took me 3 hours to get it to work this well. And this is not even the original webcam, so, like... I've had 2 webcams, and they both want to freak out on me like this, and I did the best I can.
The Homayanis also still post jobs from time to time.
Maybe one day I'll get a better webcam, but I think this is tied to the computer performance being sucked up in recording the screen through OBS, recording the webcam output, and the game playing, and playing the game itself, and then getting comment feedback, and recording audio microphone too. Each of them are in a similar boat. Xinyan is not respected, but rather... no way you actually built her. I feel like Dehya, and Dehya's a laughingstock in this game, and Aloy is. I know Amber used to be a meme, but I don't. When the game first came out, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I've heard anything about Dory or Mika. Like, I guess they're all kind of in the same boat, but Dehya is like notoriably bad. And I think Aloy's the other one that's notoriably both boring, bad, and forgettable. And why?
I told Dehya to just stay at our place when she took one of those jobs a few days ago.
So I'm trying to do the event. I actually got sick over the weekend and had a lot of time. And I was like, well, the event's ending. I didn't get to stream it. I actually wanted to try and stream this over Saturday. Stream the event that was happening. It was some Sumeru thing. Now I'm going to have to watch someone else who streamed it do it. Because I missed it entirely. But Sunday afternoon, I was feeling better enough. I basically was bedridden Saturday. And Sunday, I was like, I'll finally go do this. And it's like, you can't do the event quest. Nilou's busy in her story quest. You gotta go do that. So it's like, okay, well, I could start the story quest, and maybe we'll get to a scene where Nilou's not busy anymore. And after, like, 2 or 3 scenes of that, I recognized that it also said, hey... The place where the festival happens, the Sumeru market, or maybe like above ground, is busy with this side quest. So I went and picked up some other... I think I started a quest for another Sumeru character. I think I started Tighnari's. And it's like, okay, the location's clear, but Nilou's still busy. And I kept doing Nilou stuff and Nilou stuff and Nilou stuff, and then eventually it like chained me into this cutscene, and it started, you saw it said something about the list, and it's like, well, I was shopping with Nilou, so maybe this is part of the list. But I think this actually, I went like 5 or 6 minutes into this cutscene, and it's just me talking with Dunyarzad and Dehya, and I was like, there's no way this is just a random cameo in the Dehya quest, or the Nilou quest. This has gotta be something about the Dehya quest. And I'm kind of like locked into it, and I didn't have the patience for it on Sunday. So now here we are Wednesday. I'm going to just do a random stream today and play through Dehya's quest, get it over with. Lesson learned, everyone. Never unlock a story quest until you're ready to play it. I unlocked them all because I didn't want to not have keys when it came time to do a bunch of hangouts, but, you know, it's not that likely to happen. That you're going to be locked out for very long, at most like 2-4 days. The game just has too many systems that try to hold you in and pace you. That make you feel like you're going to get the FOMO. And it was so much FOMO that I actually had to mow on the foe for the event. There really is a lot of freezing in this webcam. I'm not even clicking next or like doing any gameplay, and I see it freeze every 20 seconds or so. Each of them are in a similar boat. At this point, if someone has... I actually see the webcam glitching, and I see a fan running in the other room. So give me a second. I'm going to close it and see if that kind of helps stabilize it. Because I did learn a bit about webcams, enough to know that stopping something like a moving shadow will help. Although now that I've locked myself in one room with no filtration, if the AC doesn't pop on its own, I might need to go turn that on sooner or later. But yeah, so I like got 5 minutes into this cutscene, and then I just kind of gave up.
Parents were delighted.
So I've seen a little bit of this, but we can see what Dehya's up to, because we're going to have to tear through all the ones I have unlocked already at some point now.
That sounds like something they would say, all right. They're always so welcoming. Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I was gonna head back to the brigade as soon as I finished a little shopping. But the master kept insisting, and I ended up staying for another day.
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dehya. Father hasn't even gotten around to treating you to his best dishes yet.
Do you think... You know, Dunyarzad is probably, like, the best NPC. The best generic NPC in the game. Like, the one of the ones we care about the most. She's the opposite of Reckless Pallid.
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put in one place like that, my lady. Don't worry, though. There'll always be next time.
What? She said they'll
Imagine if they decided to make Dunyarzad playable.
I can't believe you can still refuse that.
I wonder if they would, like, if they decided to do that and give her a kit and give her, like, a story quest where she gets a vision, would they give her character model a glow up? Or would they, just let you play as a generic looking NPC called Dunyarzad?
But wait.
And what vision would she get?
You would take me on a trip to the desert.
What element would she be?
Why don't you just take me with you today when you leave? There are so many places I still haven't visited yet.
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place lately.
Oh, come on. Not this
I
again.
do feel
What you said last
that the
time, and
webcam
time
will be
before
more
that.
useful in something like the Star Wars streams where we like look over internet articles or Vassal log reviews, because I think, like I said, I think the webcam performance is tied to the computer being tied up. I can even check real quick my own performance. Like, yeah, the CPU is running at like 90+% right now between OBS and Genshin. I can see that the, what's the word? The webcam might be something having issues here.
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time, and I promise I'll plan the best trip ever for you.
Alright, fine. To be perfectly honest, it's not that I wanted to go, it's more like... I feel like something is off about you lately. Ever since you first set foot on the estate a few days ago, you've been acting anxious and even paranoid.
So yeah, Dunyarzad's hanging out with
Have you been delaying
Dehya.
our
Same
trip
business as
because you've
usual.
Run into some kind of trouble?
It's kind of like they ended their contract of being together and then they're still together. It's kind of like when a couple breaks up and you still see them hanging out together all the time.
Nah, are you kidding? You're worrying too much.
Would you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you know. I wouldn't pry any further if you're willing to swear on what you just said. But if something really is bothering you, then just tell me. You know I'll help you however I can.
Now you see, there really is something wrong there, or something there. Dehya, there's something wrong with Dehya right there. She does have an issue.
Oh, looks like
Paimon's
Dunyarzad
picking up on that.
something.
Yeah. Or Dunyarzad picked up on that. Like, they're really close.
Seems I can't hide anything from you.
I would even go to venture to say, hey, I wonder if this is a secretly, a special kind of relationship. But I think we got enough of those, like with Ningguang and Beidou in this game. And we got a comment from Mitch. Expected wait time 25 to 30 minutes. You've been on hold for 2 hours, 17 minutes. Yeah, we were talking before this stream, and Mitch has... I'll basically go into as much of the story as he goes into in the comments, but he's on the phone on a wait hold with an agency of some kind right now, and he's been on there for 2 hours 17 minutes. Still has a 30-minute wait time. And honestly, like before that comment even came in, he told me like 15 minutes earlier before the stream started that it was still a 30-minute wait. So he's still, like, he's barely inching forward in the wait times. I think he said it was 36 minutes, like, 20 minutes ago. But at least the wait time's going down. Eventually it hits 0, right? And it's like when your computer is upgrading and it gets to 99%, and hopefully it does something when it's supposed to hit 100, but that last percent always seems to take forever.
I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Knowing too much only leads to more trouble. Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme. Everything operates on a completely different set of rules.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends, and I can only support you if I understand what's bothering you.
My lady, you're not gonna stop until you drag it out of me, are ya? All right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else first. This isn't exactly the best place for a discussion. Okay, let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention.
Oh, wow. You know, I thought we were about to get a second to, like, run away from the cutscene and do other chores or whatever, just have a second to breathe, but no, we're getting cutscene chained here.
Knights have both a lot of mercenaries and a
Oh, that's right, I got deeper into this. Like, I think a few lines further than this is when I was like, I can't do this anymore right now.
Just going around looking for jobs to earn some Mora. My brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a large group, but every member is loyal and brave. However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds of lines for the sake of Mora. The most notorious is a faction known as Deshret's Relics.
Alright, so we've got a notorious faction known as the USPS.
Deshret's Relic?
The USPS, judging from their name, they must really look up to Trump.
Yep, you got it.
I just got demonetized for saying his name, didn't I? Alright, but that was from Mitch. He said, let everyone know how garbage USPS is, which is basically just me right now, but still. Yeah, still, for the VODs, you know? USPS made a mistake, but really it was the, what's the word? The government made a mistake. He had a very important package coming to him that needed to be, it's some kind of paperwork that he needed by a specific date. They sent it to the wrong state. They sent it to a state with an address he hasn't lived at in several years. And he let me know that he hasn't, for all the paperwork he had to do to get this paperwork, he did not use the old address. He knows that he put in the right information, and he's called this place several times. I think it's USPS he's calling them. And they were like, yeah, the person that did this that you spoke to the last time that shipped it out, that yeah, they messed it up. But we don't have any open availability to fix this for the next month and a half. So bye. And they hung up on him.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to sell us the divine...
You know, people that he pays the taxes for to do the service for him. Can't service him after they messed up his service that he pays for, which I think you also pay for individually on top of it being government funded.
Deshret's Relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Ain al-Ahmar. The Relic's headquarters issues orders to all brigades under his control. On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dekhan al-Ahmar.
Dekhan al-Ahmar?
I think it means beard or something. Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I found it insufferable for years. Anyway, the real issue is that Dekhan al-Ahmar is led by my father, Kusela.
We're gonna meet Dehya's daddy? Daddy Dehya? We can ask him why he came out with such a poor excuse for a 5-star.
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now. But what did they do?
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents. We're talking hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yep. The scenes tend to be quite gruesome, too. They strip the victims of all their valuables before murdering them. Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary citizens, but other mercenary brigades as well.
That's beyond terrible. They won't even spare their own kind.
Nope. No, they just kill. They're not even racist enough to only spare themselves.
Dekhan al-Ahmar has become more and more aggressive over the last few years. If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their next target.
Dehya's eyes are really nice, though.
I just wish I knew what's driven him to do this.
Yeah. How can your father do such terrible things?
Well, I mean, the short... Okay, so you seem a little more open to talking about it, but the short of it is, like, you are going on... Mitchell is going on a trip. He doesn't want to hijack the stream of the story, but he's going on a trip out of country, and he ordered a passport, and he did all the bells and whistles to get it on time, rush delivery, like a month ahead of time, and they sent it to the wrong state, where he hasn't lived in years, and didn't put the wrong information on the form to get the passport. And he called the passport place, and I guess he's called USPS several times, and each time they have a 3-hour wait time, and they're just like, yeah, we don't know what to do. We did it wrong, and we can't fix it for the next 2 months. Oh, your trip's in a month. I guess you can't leave the country because we made the laws that say you can't. Deyha is 10 out of 10 waifu, 2 out of 10 unit. You know, it's true. But with those eyes and those boots, you can be a 1 out of 10 unit and still be waifu.
I don't know. People change. He's always been pretty pathetic.
I did try to
At
pull
least
for
in the
Deyha a little
past,
bit,
There were still
but,
a few lines that he wouldn't
like,
cross.
I guess the waifu is balanced out by how good of a unit you are, because, you know, Sino's... To me, Sino's like a 7 out of 10 unit. He's maybe even a 6. He's fine. He's cool. His personality is like a 5-2 or something, but, like, you know, even being top tier waifu, like, there's a lot of those that also have good gameplay that's strong. So when she and Sino were out, I was like, well, I can also pull for Sino, and I kind of split pulls for both. Got neither, but eventually I cut my losses.
That's setting the bar pretty low.
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties with him? He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent most of his time drinking and chasing after women.
Sounds like we're gonna go help Deyha deal with the trauma of her ex, who is the leader of this gang.
Of course, the other brigade members were just like him.
I also get multiple drinks because for a 3-hour stream, I learned that I need more liquid than a typical container of even Gatorade will do. So I'm gonna pop open the next bad boy here just to show it to you while it's still cold. We've got a 0 sugar Dr. Pepper, strawberries, and cream flavor. You gotta scream for the cream. That's true, Mitchell. Sino's bad jokes do make him a little cooler. I think unit-wise, he doesn't appeal to me that much, but, like, enough more power than Deyha for me to, like, cancel out the other factors of him being kind of bland, and me being like, well, I guess I should pull for him too, and see if I get either. Even though Deyha's the one that, character-wise, 100% you want to get. IMO.
Sounds like a nightmare.
What about your mother? Did she ever step in to stop them?
Unfortunately, I never knew my mother.
I'm sorry, Deyha.
That's sad.
I didn't know.
It's all right, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles.
That's really
When
sad.
I mentioned that my father was chasing after women, I was the result of one of those encounters with some random person.
And Jerry says, you are not the mother! Wow. That's very rare when you hear that you don't know who the mother is, but you know who the father
He
is.
told me that he wasn't sure.
You cannot know who the father is pretty
In any
easily.
case,
You cannot know who the mother and father is if you're given up and you grow up into a different person. But to not know the mother, but to know the father, that's very strange. And I wonder if the mother even knows, like obviously she carried Deyha to term, but I wonder if she even knows her name is Deyha. Or, like, you know, or, like, kind of forgot about it once if the dad came and took her away.
he'd say, "You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad."
Yeah.
But even then, he left most of the parenting to the brigade. The one thing I do remember is that he used to tell me stories. But the problem was that...
So it's not Deyha's ex, it's Deyha's dad we're dealing with. I thought that she said there was someone else that was in charge.
Be pretty stale.
that was kind of like this guy that he doesn't like, that she doesn't like, but I guess it's just Daddy. Daddy of the brigade.
They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of mercenaries rescuing princesses from rebel...
No, the dragon's in the desert in this one, Dehya. That was from TheSecondFlock's quest.
Sounds like your typical fairy tales.
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time around, but after about 20 repeats, they started to get a little
20
dull.
repeats, ooh.
He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though. He was so into them that he'd call the whole brigade over and make them perform the whole thing as a play. Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get helmets, shields, and toy swords. It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they ever were for me.
Yeah, sounds about right.
What an interesting guy.
But it doesn't sound like he had all bad intentions. It kinda does. Sounds like he wasn't parenting. He did not let mommy raise you and let you get raised by a bunch of pirates because he didn't want to do it. That Traveler, I don't know if I agree with your take here.
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish. That was something I could just shrug off. I had no reason to despise him. Until I grew up and learned the true face of tHaT's relics for myself. Looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. They not only accepted such heinous acts, they would even openly boast about them. No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, my father and his cronies were more like the bad guys that needed to be taken down. Did they really think that as long as they didn't do any of that stuff right in front of me, I would never know?
Yeah, I think maybe if you had better parents, you would have been raised to, like, be a better 5-star. So I'm really sorry this happened to you.
I think I can understand your feelings. The difference between perception and reality must have hit hard.
Yes, the difference between of how cool you look in the game versus how effective you are in combat must hit a lot of this game's players pretty hard.
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left that place behind for good.
Is that really water under the bridge if we're gonna go deal with them again? Also, I guess I could take these off, otherwise I feel like I'm blocking enough of like my personality here that it's like, what's the point of this breaky, glitchy camera?
I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feelings I still have towards my father. I just want to protect those that are close to me.
You say that, but I feel like we're gonna be investigating those dirty, bitter feelings you have to your father for the next 2.5 hours, Dehya.
Yeah. I told the boys to gather as much information as they could.
She was talking about a group she used to run with, which was run by her dad. Yeah. Yeah, and I thought for a bit that she was saying that it was someone else that was leading, who was just some guy that she didn't like. But I guess it's her dad. So, is her dad the guy that has the weird beard? Is Daddy the weird beard who needs to get the shave?
I see. But isn't this investigation incredibly dangerous?
It is, but every mercenary lives life on the edge. It's a lifestyle that I enjoy.
That may be true, but it'll be impossible for those who care about you not to worry.
Hey! Wolfgang is in the chat! Such pretty eyes you have, Flock. Why? Thank you. We're sitting here waiting for Mitch to see if he can get through the cacophony of bullshit that is the USPS.
Well, now you get why I didn't want to share any of this with you.
And we've got Deyha's quest here with daddy issues. That's her whole character arc is daddy issues so far.
They both have valid concerns.
I really wish she had got her arm cut off during the Archon quest. That would have added a lot of flavor to her, and really at this point could not have made her kit much worse.
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught up in this mess too.
Well, she's...
Are you guys ready for Friday?
She went into the desert
That's the
with
real
you,
question.
and Paimon bets the problem will be solved in no time.
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if you took her along to help.
I'll do my best.
I'll wait for news from you in the city until then. Please, stay safe.
I'm honored that you care so much for me, my lady.
And Mitch just letting Wolfgangus know that he's gonna scream at post office service and a picture of a SpongeBob-ass looking fish about to like open its mouth and spit out some spittle.
Alright, then let's get moving. Our first stop will be Caravan riGhT, where we can catch up a bit with my fellow mercs.
That was like a 10-minute cutscene to start the quest. I mean, we're like 40 minutes into this stream somehow. Well, I was gonna buy this battle pass if I could catch up with it, but I don't think I will. But I really haven't played this game in a few days. But again, lesson learned. You can grab some keys, but don't unlock these quests until you're ready to do them. At all. Oh, actually... Okay, none of those are the ones I need to know about right now. So we can... I mean, we can grab a little expedition while we're here. I saw a screenshot of Dehya and thought she would make a cool figure. Then I discovered she was from Genshin. But you know what? I think she would still make a good figure. Have you considered that? She is an Eremite, after all. I don't know why that would have any bearing on anything, but I think it would be cool to have a Dehya figure. In fact, who would be a good foil to Dehya that uses a ranged weaponry? I guess you could have a Dehya mini as like the melee Geminite, and then some other kind of mini as the ranged version of the Geminite. Oh yeah, I don't have any quests selected because I never had Dehya's quest selected to begin with. And now I can't do Baiju's quest. Like, there's so many things... When the event was out, there were so many things that were, like, stopping each other from working. Alright, the one called Lion's Blood is obviously Dehya's quest. So that's the one we can click on to continue. Too many Nintendo and digital Digimon characters to cut through. Maybe one day we'll get to Dehya. It's alright. It took Genshin a long time to come out with Dehya 2, and when they did, it was more disappointing than I'm sure your figure will not be. Where does it tell me to go? Caravan riGhT.
Hey, Dehya, you're back. Are these two friends of yours?
I'll trust Dehya with my life.
Oh, so you've already become like one of us then?
Well, I don't have a Pyra and Mithra ready for you, main. You don't? I thought you'd already painted them. Ugh. Guess I'm using the unpainted base mini again this weekend. Too many... Oh, that's why you're saying you don't have Pyra and Mithra ready. Alright, I get it. And then, yeah, Dehya's kit may be garbage, but she's a 10 out of 10 waifu, and let's bring on the amiibos.
Straight to the wind.
Ooh, that pose, though.
Once
I love it.
Collected enough loot off the other mercenaries, they sell it off to a different brigade, or turn to merchants on the black market. A portion of their profits is immediately exchanged for more food and weaponry to be used in their next violent operation.
That's terrible.
That's awful.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so desperate for Mora.
What are we talking about?
A few days ago, Isham and I trailed them for a while, and even disguised ourselves as merchants to conduct trade with them. We were able to learn a few things from the exchange. Rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora, it'd probably be more accurate to say that they're experiencing an internal power struggle.
So yeah, for anyone just joining us, we're
Power struggle?
Dehya's
Right.
listening
The majority of their victims are mercenaries from the other brigades
to the issues of the different mercenary groups, and she found that there's a group causing a lot of trouble that's run by her dear old dad, who she was raised by, but not really. I kind of think of it, her relationship is basically the same as Yondu and Star-Lord, where Yondu abducted Star-Lord, basically became his daddy, and raised him, but really let the Ravagers raise him.
If their only goal is Mora,
And they went and did bad stuff. Except this is her real dad.
Points to a power struggle between the different
Probably.
brigades within the relics. That's the only plausible explanation we have.
What if... Christina doesn't know who her mom is. What if she doesn't know who her real dad is either? What if that's a mix in the twist of the plot?
Keep things under wraps.
Because you think about it, it's a band of mercenaries. Who's to say that only the king of the mercenary band was the only one having sleeping with those women's?
Became a lot weaker.
Sounds mighty strange to me, too.
Maybe they have the same eyes.
Rune, you can leave the rest of the investigation to us. Gotta say, though.
Yeah, those. If Daddy has those eyes, that'd make it pretty obvious.
During the few days I was gone. Sounds like you were really putting your necks on the line, no?
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about the situation as you are. The Khan al-Ahmar is your father's crew, after all.
The Khan al-Ahmar.
What he said.
I feel like I'm gonna get demonetized every time I say that one of those group
What
names.
you did is nothing compared to your experiences.
Yeah. And while they went to talk
And I'm
to
not even
Khan
monetized.
al-Ahmar, I took a look at the last camp they attacked. Any survivors of the attack were already long gone. There was nothing of value left in the camp.
Ah, Hisham and Khalaf. You're here too.
We rushed over as soon as we saw you come into Caravan riGhT. Although this new friend
Did Junior Zod not come?
behind the ears, I'm sensing a special vibe from her.
Oh, that's sad. I always like some more Junior's plot.
Now that we know you'll have a capable partner with you, we can also rest easy.
Hey, what about Paimon? Feel anything special?
Yo, Zelda and Sheik would be a really good swap mechanic for the Geminate Wolfgangus. If you had the Zelda mini as like the ranged attacker that throws out the
In
spells,
that case,
and then it transforms into Sheik, and then that's the one that's doing these weird, crazy AoEs with like whips and chains and kunais.
Don't worry about her. She may look
That would be
weak and
cool.
helpless.
But I doubt you have anything like that
Just
ready
as
for the
many
weekend.
battles as the traveler here. Even if she had only survived on sheer luck, then that alone would still make her quite formidable.
I had no idea. I guess I shouldn't judge by appearances.
Oh, one other thing, Dehya. When you're free, why don't you update the deputy about your upcoming schedule? We held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the Flame Main.
Abaddon Costello minis for Geminate. I actually don't know anything about Abaddon Costello. I've heard that phrase
The
before,
deputy
but I don't
put
know
a
what
lot
it
of effort into
means.
the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people chose to stay, and that really got to him.
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to
Ooh,
bring
those
you
are
some
some I'd have to eventually
I'd
do
have to
anyways.
hurry.
Remind me for next month. Yeah, if I'm still the Geminate by next
Gotta admit,
month.
I can understand their disappointment, though. You're our brigade's main selling point, after all. Now, if only the deputy...
I actually think I do have another, like,
More smoking hot
decently
peppers than
easy retire goal.
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited the
50-50
couple
if I get
gals
it
into
done
the
this
brigade?
week or next
You all
month.
just froze up with your mouths gaping like a bunch of scarecrows. The awkward silence and weird expressions left quite the impression on them. They were originally interested in joining us, but
Who's
after
on
that,
first?
They both told me they were too uncomfortable to stick around.
Hey, didn't we agree to never bring that up again?
Huh? Wait, are you serious? Why have I never heard about this?
What are we talking about,
I
guys?
don't think you were part of the brigade.
Yeah, you just
Are you
joined.
kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that, and you weren't even gonna tell me?
So Dehya has a group called the Blazing
All right.
Beasts,
We can tell you about it later.
and we're
Now's not the
investigating the Al
Hey,
Ahmad
don't you try to change the
beard
subject.
group that is her
You should
dad's
get your
group.
butts over here and tell me everything right
And
now.
we're a gang operating in broad daylight? Well, I guess we're a gang of mercenaries,
Always
which is kind of more legal.
More or less. There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. We're used to just speaking our minds. If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell right back at them.
Well, that's a way to
Put
live.
an end to it, and you just challenge them to a fight.
That's a way to live, alright. You guys are like pirates, except not on the sea. But Genshin is apparently adding underwater exploration. Abbott and Costello, Who's on First, one of the best comedy skits you've ever seen. Well, I guess I'm going to have to see this skit sometime. I also got a recommendation recently to watch The Expanse, which I don't know anything about, but I heard is very good. And also based on a book series. And we got Forrest Klein in the chat. Hey, guy. Hey, back to yourself. I brought my beautiful eyes for you today. A good, wholesome, TV-appropriate, multicultural gang. Whoa! Wolfgangus, are we talking about Abbott and Costello or whatever's going on this Genshin stream that's just a excuse for us all to talk with anyone else that likes to join in?
But we also don't tend
How's it
to
going, Forrest, my guy?
seriously.
Oh, there's a lot going on in the background
All
there.
out of your system as soon as things come up is better than keeping everything bottled up, never talking about it. That's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, then I'll unload on them. It's hard to stop once you get used to it. Though, I can never do that when I'm with the Homayanis.
That makes sense. You cannot just unload your feelings and make fun of the rich people that pay your paychecks to be their bodyguard.
Hey,
Slash
knuckleheads,
butler.
Can you at least tell me the rest of the intel before you go back to your bickering?
Yeah, you hear her, Holloff? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first.
We just focus on those Dia hips
I drew
first.
up a map. Right here is the spot.
Ah, yes, the good, wholesome, family-friendly, appropriate multicultural gang in Genshin Impact, where the worst word she uses to hurt someone's feelings is, "Hey, knuckleheads."
All you gotta do is wait.
Could you not get distracted
They'll have no idea what hit them.
like a bunch of bing-bongs? Yeah, I'm sure that's how you talk to your gang behind closed doors.
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regards to everyone else in the brigade as well.
Will do. You stay safe, Dia.
So any of you guys try out that new game, the Rail of Stars? I wonder if it's like something I could beat the story of in like a few sessions of this stream and then not touch again until a big patch drops and like use the stream as a means to not get invested into it. Though that would also halt my progress here on Genshin even more. We are going to a trade route. You would have tried Honkai had a new Zelda not just come out. I understand completely. Oh, it's fire you gotta use? Okay. Well, sure. That didn't work. Let's try it again. Yeah, how's the new Zelda going? Like, I haven't even had time to touch basically anything since it came out. I think it came out over the weekend, though. Let's see, we're gonna need to... I guess, do we set these on fire? Oh, we just set everything on fire. It's the simple solutions. No, game! Don't auto-aim!
Off we go.
There we go.
Going in. Propagate. Germinate. Rim cutter.
Midnight Phantasma.
Everybody stand back.
There we go. Easy chest.
That's what I call treasure.
How's the gameplay with the chat window here? Do you guys... I guess this is more of a question for Mitch. But do you think it'd be better if I move the camera over to the left?
Benny's adventure team, assemble.
Oh, cool, this place. I think I actually meant to do that a while ago. I did not know there was land there. I thought it was coming, I thought it was a little further down. What does this do? Aw, I made a little piggy! Oh, this is cute. Cute little, running on the vine challenge. And I got an achievement for it. Sorry, you guys don't have a chest for me. Just gonna keep running to the next area then. Shoot. I'm out of stamina. And this is the wrong way. Uh-oh. There we go. Let's get out of here. Quick jives. Let's see. I would have tried it. Had the new Zelda not dropped. It came out last Friday. It's insanely big. Like I won't finish for several months. God. So many big games out now. I've heard it's got engineering in it, and it's like watching a Breath of the Wild playthrough, but even more wild because there's more crazy stuff happening.
Rain outlines your...
Like apparently you can make these crazy contraptions now. First one had Hyrule, this one has Hyrule, Sky Islands, then an entire subterranean Hyrule. So there's three, so Hyrule, Lovrule, and Skyrule. And for understanding's sake, I think, for understanding's sake, I think we're talking about the Sky Hyrule from the Wii game, Skyward Sword. Is that a fair enough assumption here? Run! Flee! Looks like I already did that puzzle. And then there's a place called Lovrule from one of the 3DS games where you like go to the alternate... You go into the paint dimension. You become a puzzle and you go to paint, and then it's like... I guess subterranean might be a little different, but that's really cool. That there's so much Hyrule. And how do I get up? Is there an easy route? Maybe through here. Yeah, this might be where we need to go. There's a domain close to here? Okay. That'd be good to unlock a new fast travel point. And right now we're going to the trade route to watch for our moment. I guess we're trying to interrupt, I think, Dehya's dad's... What's the word? Their non-so-family-friendly gang, but probably still family-friendly. You know what? I think I'm getting kind of lost. Looks like we were really close to our mark, and then we just started getting away from it. And then Mitch sent me who's on first to watch later. So, yeah, nice. I heard those blips come in earlier. I'll take a look at that. I'm gonna have to find my way up, because, aimless wandering is not always the best stream content. These are not bouncy shrooms. We're gonna have to wait for stamina to come back, and then... I mean, at this point, it's probably faster to just fast travel from this teleport point and follow the road. Yeah, just follow the road. And we'll just ignore whatever we see at this point, since we lost so much traction. Well, I'm not gonna ignore that. That's a freebie. But these guys will just run straight on past.
Another test subject. Fry.
The best, though, can be those situations where you, like, enter a cutscene in the middle of combat, and then the character keeps getting attacked while you're unable to move because you're listening to dialogue. I've had a scene where my character dies during a cutscene, and they just fall over, and, like, the enemy's still trying to beat at them, and then nothing really happens until... I don't remember how that resolved. But it was very weird. This is a one-time domain, so we can go ahead and run this through with the story team. I mean, whatever you want to apply here, that's fine. It's not going to be that big of a dungeon. Oh, I guess the point of these one-time dungeons can also be to test your strength later.
Scatter by royal decree.
Let's light it up! Witness the power of Gugwa! Go in!
Yeah, take that. Uh-oh. Good.
Shadow Raven. Let not.
Oh, yikes.
No, my sword!
This is a little tough.
Let me weave you a verse. Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it up!
Propagate. Spring forth and pause revealed.
No, my sword! I'm going in! Get out of here!
I mean, I'm less than halfway done still.
Ring cutter!
But we got a lot of time. So that's good.
Night Phantasmagoria.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
I'll be back. Time for morning punch.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back! Get out of here!
No rest for the wicked.
Let's light it up! No, my sword! Witness the power of... Teamwork is dreamwork!
Oh wow, we're still only at 12. I thought that was the end.
Midnight phantasmagoria. Scatter.
I guess the game's saying that my story team could use a little more juice.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me everybody stand back! Let's light it up! Why do they never miss? I'm going in!
Regret.
Rain cutter! Where do you think you're... Adventure time!
Propagate. Spring forth.
As you wish, main Fräulein. I'll be You are not
Everybody
welcome.
stand back! Let's light it up! Adventure time!
By royal decree.
Not good. Witness the power.
patience.
Yeah. Get out of here. Ow. Let's light it up. Get out of here. Everybody stand back.
Almost got it.
Feel myself. Scatter. No, my sword.
And done. Well, that was fun. Could have a good gameplay moment in the middle of a story quest. It had nothing to do with it, but it was next to it. Oh, is there an order to these?
Propagate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and then that's 4. Oh, that's 2. Okay, I see what's going on. 2. And 3.
Scatter.
And they're all gone. Okay. This might be easier if I switch to Kali. She is all the way down here. Oh, but this should be the easiest.
Time to broaden her.
1. Don't you love these really hard puzzles and how like they're made for engineers specifically in this game? See, we did that. We picked the numbers and we got the box. It's like code. It's like advanced Python coding.
Deserves a reward.
And now we can finally go trigger the cutscene.
This should be the place. Let's find a spot to hide and bide our time. It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another, so let's all be careful.
No need to worry. She knows her way around a fight.
I'm not worried about that. What I meant is that we probably shouldn't go too hard on the enemy.
Oh, wow.
After all, we still need to get information out of them.
Oh, this isn't going to be her dad. This is going to be her dad's men.
Ah, here they come. You ready? Let's not give them a chance to react.
Weren't they, like, chilling at the side of the road the whole time I did that puzzle in Domain? I think they were already there. Ah, sweet! I get to play as the worst character in the game! Let's go!
Feeling lucky today?
Yep.
Buckle up.
Oh, that actually did some damage. Then again, it's a Sumter Beast. I don't think they have a lot of... Well, no, they do have a lot of health, don't they? Doesn't she have a second activation of her, thing?
Let's get it on.
Yeah, that. And it... Did it eat up the rest? You know what? I don't care how her kit works. I know she has cool punchies. Oh, if you do the second punchy, it adds to her cooldown. And then does this let me, like, replace it? Yes, it does! That's cool.
I'll be back.
I mean, it's cool. It does cool stuff. But if I get her one day, you know, it's... She's not that, insane. But she's on the standard banner, so it's not like you can control that much
That
anyways.
saves me an introduction. All right, time for a little talk. Are you buddies with Dekana Lakmar now? Tell me, what are they after?
You know the code of being a mercenary just like everyone else. The first rule is to never divulge key information about our employer.
If that's the world they live in, then why does she expect that he'll do it?
That might have worked on an amateur, but I know you're just looking to protect your reputation.
Well, yeah.
Think about it, though. What's your reputation worth if you won't have the other tools you need to succeed in this line of work? Tools like, I don't know, your limbs.
So he was trying to finesse her. I guess it goes deeper than that.
How much your employer's information is worth to you.
Whoa!
It's alright, Paimon. This is a family-friendly game. Nothing's gonna happen.
I'm not joking around. We can do this the easy way or the painful way. 2 seconds.
I'll save you the trouble.
Huh?
Did he just stab himself to death to avoid getting his limbs cut off? Oh my god!
Search the area for any first aid supplies.
Oh no, he bit off his tongue so he can't say anything. You can still write! You gonna break all your fingers
I
now?
didn't expect him to go that far. Thankfully, the wound wasn't too deep, and he just passed out from the pain.
God damn it, Genshin, you can't ever name your characters for real?
I just wanted to test his mettle. You can get a lot of mercenaries to talk just by threatening them. I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much pain just to deny us some intel.
Well, he's out cold for now. We could wait for him to wake up, but maybe it's not a good idea to interrogate him any further. What should we do?
I have, read your comment, Mitchell. This is actually about as bad as it was for me to get my place that I live in now, the landlord. They hung up on you after insisting that you live in Georgia. I would clock the number of hours I spent on the phone for that situation, like, over several weeks, and on hold, and eventually learning to multitask and do other things, but, like, over 30 hours on the phone, I think, to deal with that issue. Where they didn't want to pay the HOA, so they wouldn't let us move in. And then they tried to cancel the lease even though we had a signed lease. You might have... what I had to do is just, suck it up and keep going through the mechanisms. They told me there wasn't a path forward, and I just, I figured out a way to carve one anyways, and it seemed hopeless till, the final hour, and then it worked, and it sucks. And that's why I don't ever want to bother with talking to any section of the company that is my landlord ever again in any way, shape, or form. Just send them the payments and don't talk about anything. And, it's awful. It's awful to be in that kind of a situation that you're in right now. I don't know how apples to oranges it is, but fucking 3 hours on the phone to get told that you live in Georgia and you don't. And, there's no place to go above that, I don't think. I mean, Yeah, no, because one, they don't care, and two, there's no one that holds them accountable. Taking a moment of silence here. It sucks. Because I know you already know the things that you can and can't do in your situation. It's not like there's much advice we can give you except the greens that it's just fucking awful. I mean, you might just want to be on call, like, have your phone on standby the entire workday tomorrow and the next day, and you know, whatever hours are operable. Like, just keep trying. Choo choo. Sometimes it's about getting the right person, and fucking don't know how much of that you've heard, but Forrest Klein said, "Mommy." I literally just typed in for you what to do when government offices make a mistake and then hang up on you. And the first result is things to remember when you call 911. That's actually all the results are about 911s. So, fuck. Yeah, this is about Mitch's passport, Forrest. Yeah, this is awful. Absolute gonorrhea. Yes. That's the right one. The gall to tell someone where they live and hang up on them. This is our United States postal system, and, you know, maybe Jeff Bezos isn't so bad. Maybe Amazon's not so bad. We should just go with them. No, this is about the passport place. I don't know who does that. That's a different... Who gives out passports? The Department of State. Okay. Yeah. Wild. No. Wow. Ooh. Hmm. I guess you could always contact your senator or your local state representative. Someone else to bitch and moan at about fixing the government. We paused the stream for Mitch as for Mitchell here. His everything's broken. Alright, it's awful, but I bet you don't want us to hold up on this much longer on the stream. You want to see Dehya's storyline play out in those cool animations, because I know you've still got to deal with it on your end, but if we were outside, I'd pour this out for you. Pour it into my mouth, maybe. A little bit.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be a waste of time to interrogate him again after that. He might just hurt himself again if we start asking.
Oh, we gained a viewer the second I almost choked myself on
Maybe
Dr.
we'll be able to
Pepper.
find something. I'm really sorry.
Look for clues among the goods of the guy who's totally not dead. There are a lot of necessities like food and water in the boxes. It doesn't seem like there's anything noteworthy. I switched off of the Traveler, that's right.
Just what will become...
There are some weapons in the boxes, as well as a bunch of medicine and bandages. It seems like Don Al-Akmar is really up to no good.
We found a piece of paper with a bunch of names on it. Maybe it's a record of something.
Let me take a look. If this really is a merchant caravan, they should have a record of their transactions. Yep. I see an entry for Dekana Lakmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takriti.
Nice. Well, tomorrow we're going to be doing the Lego Star Wars stream, which is something to look forward to, on a positive note.
And medicine. It seems that in the past, they used to receive some canned knowledge as well.
Don't know if I'll keep the webcam up, because it's, oh boy, is it not pulling heavy duty like it should.
Once in the rainforest, the caravan will exchange the looted goods for Mora, and the funds will then be passed to a specific person. That person will then pack the caravan full of necessary goods, which will then be brought right back to Dekana Lakmar. Wait, why is there no Mora value recorded for the final transaction?
No value?
Oops.
Yeah. Every transaction before the last one was marked with an
There we
exact
go.
amount of Mora.
Let's try this.
The final one, where they paid for everything to be brought back to the desert, was simply marked as delivered.
We're going to try the left side of the screen.
Perhaps. But they couldn't have known how much they would make off selling the loot. Do they not care about profit margins at all? Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. There are a lot of entries. Everything was probably sourced from the rainforest.
I can actually
What's wrong?
even pull this over a little bit.
Shazamon Homayani?
Homoyani?
Not Homoyani!
That's family? Could it just be another family with the same last name?
I'd be surprised to find someone with the exact same first and last name. Shazamon Homayani is Dunyarzad's father, and the head of the Homayani family. Just what the heck is going on here?
Calm down, Dehya.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll consider what we found and not jump to conclusions just yet. But what this piece of paper confirms is that the Homayani family has been providing goods to Dekana Lakmar.
Homayani. Wait, Dunyarzad. Did we hear Dunyarzad? Is there a conspiracy with Dunyarzad going on here?
That's a possibility, but if that
Fix
was
up the
case,
webcam, put it on the
why
left
is
side. I
this
think that's better for
caravan
combat.
specifically named Shazamon as their person of contact? They could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly from Caravan riGhT or Port Ormos.
If Shazam was actually aware of this!
Yeah, funding violence and looting. The brigade gets the goods, and he is paid the proceeds from the sale of the loot.
Tomorrow, Star Wars? Hell yeah. Also gotta play more IA. Resident Evil 2 stream or riGhT?
I honestly have no idea.
I'll riGhT for that too. Do you like fish?
I've never noticed
I do like fish. I hated it when I was a little boy. For sure, hated it. But I like it now. It's good. I don't like live fish. I hate touching them. That's also something I learned when I was a little boy, is to hate them.
I don't think the master would stoop so
I hate touching them. They're pretty. So Dunyarzad's family is corrupt and in cahoots with Dehya's dad's family-friendly but evil Saturday morning cartoon gang. Got it.
You're probably right. I know my lady's personality, and she wouldn't deliberately keep something like this from us.
No, that makes sense. It's like the two children of the family are like the ones not involved in the oppression. They're going to be the ones involved with stopping the corruption of their respective families in different ways.
What should we do now?
Well, we got to go back to Dunyarzad.
Just another mystery.
If you ask me, we already have no choice but to confront her about this.
Yep.
I'm not worried. It's too early to make a verdict yet. I still have faith in the Homayanis. Let's go find my lady again. We'll tell her everything and see if she's willing to lend us her support. If we're lucky, we can not only figure out the mystery of this paper, but also follow the trail of breadcrumbs.
Figure out the paper.
Responsible at Dekhan al-Akmar.
Dehya, are you sure this is the best decision? What if instead of getting the help we need, we just end up revealing everything we've discovered to the enemy?
I've considered that
Let's see if
possibility.
this is
But even still, I want to tell her what we found.
I don't know. I'm trying to
think
figure
I
out
know
where's
that
the
much.
best position for this
True
webcam.
friendship is
I
built
think we
on
can't
trust.
afford to cut off like some of
She
this.
showed genuine concern for me when we
this
first
edge
brought up
here.
the topic. I can't repay her kindness with doubt and suspicion. That's not how I deal with people.
And then, so Resident Evil 2. We could try that. Maybe we could try that in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. Let's pay another visit to Sumeru City.
I think if I can get 3 streams a week, I would like there to be 1 Genshin stream, and then a variety of other streams is probably the rate I want to get to. Maybe Monday will be Genshin days, for the most part. Maybe like when there's a huge new patch drop, we'll do 2 streams that week. Ooh, almost dead, yeah.
No rest
You really
for the
can't
wicked.
afford any more bandages.
Rain outlines your fate. Know my sword. Get out of here. Adventure time.
All right, we're gonna need some of this going on.
Oz, reveal thyself.
I feel like I have no stamina in these
What
fights.
trinkets lie veiled within this
Just
desolate
running,
plain?
they're just dropping, draining so quickly. Okay, where are we going? We're going, oh, we're going far. Let's just fast travel. And then, so yeah, let me at least get through the Star Wars stream before I, like, jump into something else new. And then once we do a Lego Star Wars stream tomorrow, next week, I might actually want to do more of that. That might be a 3rd stream, because I think I'm planning to do at least 1 Imperial Assault stream next week as well.
We're back, my lady.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected.
There we
Mustn't
go.
have run into any trouble then. Well, how did it go? What did you come up with?
Actually, we are still investigating. It's just that we've discovered something strange.
Yeah, I guess this kind of works out fine. I don't like how often it freezes, though, for the webcam. And I don't... Okay, well, my face is kind of getting hit in a little bit, but... I really don't know where else to place it. Should be fine. It really depends depends on the angle I'm at any given time. I mean, here it's fine to be like a little. Let's just try that. We'll just try that. Okay, when I was in Mexico, we went to a Japanese kabuki restaurant, and when everyone chose their 2 types of meats, I was the only weirdo who got octopus. So soft and chewy. Yeah, dude, octopus is gross. I went to a restaurant once and we got octopus as an appetizer. It was like our family and a friend's family, and even my stepmom, who's like the family fish lover person, did not want to try that seafood. And so I was the brave one who tried it because the friend's family got it. But we were all at the same table, sharing everything. So they were like, they got it because they like it, but they were like, yeah, you guys try. And even my stepmom was like, no, it's octopus, what? And she's the one that, like, loves seafood. So I tried it, and they were like, wow, you're brave, mister. And I was like, these are like onion rings. And then they had the little ones that are like the little circles with the little, like the little sticks coming out. And it's like, that's a miniature octopus. I'm not going to eat that. It looks like the actual thing. You could put googly eyes on it, and it'd look even exactly identical. Yeah, octopus is weird, but not bad, just different. I actually don't like it, though. I find that if you make, like, fried octopus, which is the only one I've tried. No, I've tried other octopus, but if you have the octopus, I could have, like, 2 or 3 of them, like, little rings, before I start going, yeah, that's enough. That's enough. I can't do it anymore. There are some foods, especially seafoods for me, that are like I can do 1 or 2 bites of them, or maybe 3 or 4, but then each bite becomes progressively harder to ingest and to enjoy. Do you know how they kill octopus when they catch it? I don't. How do they do that, Forrest? Tell me. They bite it. They bite it between the eyes because that's where the brain is. They bite it with, like, the fisherman just takes his tooth and bites into the brain of the octopus? I don't believe that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I see. The clues you found have led you back here, in the city?
Something like that. Yeah.
You all look a little dispirited. Whatever you found must not have been very encouraging after all. Why don't you discuss it with me? Maybe I'll be able to say something to cheer you up.
We've been here for an hour and a half, and I feel like we're less than... We're not even at the halfway point of this quest yet.
Father or anything like that.
Hope that's not the case. Hope we can run through this a little quicker.
Something is wrong. Even the Traveler and Paimon have been uncharacteristically quiet. On any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a smile and shouted, Dunyarzad, we're back! So tell me, what happened?
No way, they just bite it with their teeth, like, frickin'... They get their saliva all over the octopus I'm supposed to eat later?
The master.
The master? You mean...
Not like taking a bite out of it. They don't break the skin. They just go munch and squish the brain.
I'll listen as attentively as I can.
Why don't they do that with their hands? Is it... Yet, you know... I don't like thinking about this.
Akmar?
Yeah. It makes as little sense to us as it
does. Because can't the octopus just move around and squish its brain in and pugh it somewhere else? Because, like, how octopus can fit inside jars by just rearranging their entire body into jello. This is disgusting. They just go munch and it...
I can't help but agree with the Traveler.
I definitely don't like eating octopus.
You feel the same way, Dunyarzad?
Thank you for sharing all this information with me. Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that I've been harboring for quite a while. In the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me so that I wouldn't run away
People who
or
catch
get
their
lost.
own octopus do it that way,
However,
but not commercial
There
fishermen.
are
That would make
plenty
more
of
sense.
capable mercenaries in
It's
the
like
Core
a
of 30.
cultural, traditional thing.
Why
You
did my
bite your own
father go out of his
octopus
way
to
to
kill
hire
it, and
Deyha?
then you cook it for your family
About
or
that.
the event or
Well,
something.
the Homayani's
Small,
really
you know, you're gonna serve it
so
locally.
They reached out to the Blazing Beasts. Later,
To, like,
the
one-
master told
one
me
group
I
of
was
people
one
you
of the
know.
best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his bodyguards. He offered me a pile of mora, so I just signed on.
Oh, we're learning about the conspiracy.
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just think about it. Why did my father specifically reach out to the Blazing Beasts?
Maybe the Core of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or maybe someone recommended us. I've never given it too much thought. I think I get what you're saying. You think none of this was a coincidence?
Deyha, are they...
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seems strange or out of place. But there are many parts of the story that don't actually make any sense.
Wish Mish was still here in the comments to help out with the lore here, but I think what they're saying is that Deyha got hired by Dunyarzad's family on purpose. They went to Deyha's company to hire her as the bodyguard for Dunyarzad on purpose because they already had an established illegal business relation where where Deyha's father's shady gang is doing shady work for Dunyarzad's now apparently shady family.
If my father had always been in contact with the Khan al-Akmar, then it would make sense for him to bring Deyha into our house.
You mean the goal all along was to get Deyha to be your bodyguard?
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my life anymore.
Daddy still wants what's
That
best for
still
you.
doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
Yeah.
So, the master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
Oh, if it's not octopus, then what's your favorite dish? Are we talking seafood dish or any dish? Because any dish has got to be chicken parmesan over penne. Best dish ever. Best dish of all time. When, actually, Leslie and I would go to Olive Garden quite often, and as we started learning that it was better to like split one meal and it was enough food for both of us and half the price, like in general, she started not wanting to go to Olive Garden because she's like, I'm not a chicken parmesan kind of girl, and when we go there, that's the only thing you want because it's your absolute favorite, and I don't want that, so we can't split it. It's chicken parm. Chicken parm over penne. Yeah. Good choice indeed.
Sorry we put all of this on you so suddenly, Dunyarzad.
It's okay.
What about you, Forrest? Favorite dish?
Actually,
And you, Wolfgangus. Favorite
Regardless
dish?
of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group of mercenaries, then it's my duty to bring him back to reason.
But is that really the right thing to do? My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that
drink.
he has coming to him.
Water.
I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same. However, the Homayani family has treated me with nothing but generosity and kindness. If we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homayani family. I would be biting the hand that's fed me over all these
Oh,
years.
Deyha looks really sad. I get why.
It's alright, Deyha. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that I'm the one who instructed you to get to the bottom of this.
Milan, your favorite dish is Milanesa. Milanesa. I got a couple comments to go through real quick. First is Milanesa. I'm going to look up a picture of that. Milanesa. That is a variation of the Lombard veal where generic types of meat breaded cutlet preparations are known as milanesa. So it looks like a breaded meat with with sides like rice or something. Okay, in this picture it just kind of looks like chicken parm. You might have to explain this one to me. I'm genuinely thinking about driving down to Miami. Yep, Mitch, go. Just go. You gotta go there in person. I know they said they don't have anything available, but you don't need an appointment when you just walk in there and you're like, I'm here in person. Now what? Although I've seen a similar situation where they just kind of like ignore you and leave too, and that's why they have security. I don't understand how they have like the right to just not deal with you when they then garnish your paycheck to pay for those services to exist. And like I can imagine you haven't even been very Karen-ish yet. I mean, a little bit maybe, but that's like, you know, the amount of hours you've spent on this issue and the amount of fault that has been the other people, like, the justification to Karen ratio is low here, I'm very much assuming, to where you are probably very much within your reins with whatever I imagine you've already acted like, and, you know, I imagine you compose yourself as best you can, even under the anger of the situation, and the better you treat a person, the more likely they'll help, and they still don't care. So let's hope that... I think you should drive to Miami tomorrow. Not too far from chicken parm, I guess. It's breaded meat. Yeah, it's breaded meat. Like I said, I'm looking at a picture now, and here. Let's switch. It looks like chicken parmesan. I was like, it's not too far off. Breaded meat. Maybe it's just slightly different. Maybe done with like a more lemony, like lemon squeeze, it kind of looks like. Different kind of bread. There's also chicken marsala, which is really good. Chicken marsala. Marsala. Here we go. That stuff I accidentally discovered at an Italian place, and it's really good. It's mushroom. It's like this brown mushroom sauce, and it goes over chicken. It's good. And then Wolfgang has said, we actually had Olive Garden last weekend. I got the tour of Italy. 'Twas good. Oh, I actually don't like the tour of Italy much because the pasta is not marinara sauce. It's Alfredo. And Alfredo's like, this is okay. In my opinion. I prefer the marinara stuff. But I think I'm a spaghetti meatballs kind of guy. And then Forrest said, I don't want you to miss out on Japan. Yeah, I think you should do it. I think you should definitely head down to Miami tomorrow. I say go for it, Mitch. Go on an adventure. We all are in agreement here. Yeah, it's breaded thin sliced steak. We eat it topped with lemon juice and chimichurri. Other places eat it topped with cheese and tomato or even sandwiches. Ooh. Like do it in a sandwich. Nice. Whenever I finally move back to Florida, whenever that is, I'll make it for you. Oh, that's going to be wonderful. And I will cook for you as well. Maybe make some cheddar stuffed meatloaves. Those are pretty unique. Pretty good. I like making weird stuff. And then we've got chicken marsala is definitely the bomb. Agreed all day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
Mitch, your birthday is coming up, right? Your birthday's in about 10 days. Well, between that and hearing the issues you've been having, I decided I wanted to get you something for your birthday. And one of the things I discovered and would like to get you, but do not know how to get you, is actually something that you would pass tomorrow if you would be heading down to my jammy. Just give me a second here. Let's see. And then let me see if I can pull this up and make sure that there's no data I don't want on the screen. Open a new tab. Whoa. Okay. Okay, go back. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yes, okay, great. Is this the right one? Yes. Alright, Mitch, here's some incentive. If you go to Miami tomorrow, let me know, and I will send you $20, because on the way there or back, you can stop and get lunch for your birthday at Mitch's. Mitch, you can go to Mitch's for your birthday and get bagels. Mitch's Bagels. I think it's in Fort Lauderdale, so it's a little past Boca. But you do that. You let me know if you go to Miami tomorrow, and that'll be your birthday present. I'll send you $20, because I am way further from that than you are. But this is something, if we look at the picture, it's like, it's close to 95, so it's not going to be that far out of your way from either driving there or driving back. Go get yourself some Mitch's Bagels tomorrow, and it's on me. Mitch's Bagels is on me tomorrow, remotely. I'll send you some cash for that. For your upcoming birthday, and to help you deal with the atrocity that is, well, you know, your situation, which I'm sorry for. But hopefully some good food helps make it better, whether the deal goes good or not. Dude, that right there is a Duda website. I'd bet on it. I don't know what Duda is, but I also need to show you. They have... I've never been here. I just know it's Mitch's Bagels, and we need to send Mitch to Mitch's. And I saw a picture of it somewhere on their Facebook the other day, and it's like in the corner, if you see in the top left corner, that color contraption, they have a rainbow bagel. They've got a rainbow flavored bagel, and I think you should try that, but they really have anything. You can get whatever you want. They got lunch too. Bagels to go. Oh wait, what was that? Here it is. The Nova Supreme. Look at this heart attack white greasy thing on bread. You don't have to get this specifically, but the fact that they have a rainbow bagel is exactly something I think you'd love. So, it's a happy birthday present to you if you want to head down there tomorrow. The lunch is on me. Mitch's Bagels. Mitch at Mitch's. So happy birthday. And hope it helps. Forrest said he'll come too. So there's that. Yeah, bagels are good. Just when I heard there's a place called Mitch's, I thought that was really funny. And it would be great for Mitch to go to. And the reason I couldn't get it for you is because I don't see where I can buy, like, gift cards from them. That's what I was planning to do. But I think we're just going to have to send you down there and give you the money.
Hey, it's still too early to give up hope. What was that thing about friendship again?
That friendship is built on magic.
Right, yeah, trust. You said that yourself, Dehya. Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've confirmed all the facts.
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I should always remember the trust that I've placed in people. In which case, my lady, could you ask the master to come out and have a chat with us?
Sure thing. I also hope he'll be able to give us a logical explanation. Let's meet at the usual place then.
I sure hope Miami can give a logical explanation for what they did to Mitch. Oh, we get to play. There's a usual place for waiting for Dunyarzad? Is it that place that overlooks, like, the good views where she almost died that few times in the dream? Yep, that's it. That's where we saw her ghost version a few times and watched her almost die a few more.
Thank you for coming, sir. Please allow me to introduce these two. This is the Traveler, and next to her is her travel companion, Paimon.
Ah, yes. My daughter has mentioned them from time to time. It's a privilege to finally meet them in person. But
his name is Shazam Man? Shazam Man!
What is the important matter you wish to discuss with me today?
Well, we wanted to bring this transaction record to your attention. There's something on this record that we're all pretty curious about.
Justice for Mitch. It's about to be Rodney King up in these
That's
streets.
what you found. Huh. Seems like I can't keep everything from you much longer.
Didn't it not end well for Rodney King?
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like an explanation.
Well, it's a long and difficult story. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. What I do know, though, Dehya, is that the truth will bring you no solace. If anything, it will likely cause you a great amount of anguish.
Yeah, Home Depot about to be sold out of pitchforks. That's right, Forrest. Let's make it Rodney King in this bitch.
And I am touched by your collective commitment to do the right thing.
Uh-oh, Shazam's been a bad boy.
Right. And sometimes, as they say, ignorance is bliss. Your father, Kusela, and I both believed that.
Mitch, I'll bring my sword. This will show them this will make them rethink their actions. And when I start speaking fake Japanese, that is when they know they have messed up. We'll go in as the four amigos. They'll have real-life pitchforks that could actually hurt someone. I'll have a foam sword that will make the cops realize I'm an anime weeaboo. He had a tragic life due to drug abuse, but he got millions from the city in a lawsuit. Oh! I don't think I know the story of Rodney King. Then I need to look at that again. I know there was drug abuse involved. Or that he got millions in a settlement later on. Mitch is too pissed to even speak. Mitch, did something else happen?
Of course, you have the right to seek and learn the truth, but I must warn you. The facts of this matter may reduce everything you've built for yourself into sand, blowing in the wind. If you must proceed, then Kusela's heartfelt efforts will also fade into the wind like a fleeting mirage.
His heartfelt efforts? I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not sure I follow. I've made it this far in life without a single drop of my father's support. I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world, as well as people and causes that I've chosen to cherish and fight for. None of these things have anything to do with him. I came here today to support you as the head of the Homayani family. No warning will change my stance on that.
I understand. Then let me tell you a little story. Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was just a baby. Along the way, we were attacked by bandits. They had superior numbers and quickly overpowered our bodyguards. When all seemed lost, a group of passerby Eremites lent us their support.
I get you, Mitch. Nothing else happened, just confounded by the awful people. Yeah, maybe in person they'll be a little nicer, I'm hoping. I mean, I hope the best for you. I hope that you're able to get it to work. Like I said, let me know if you do head down there. And I'll buy you some bagels.
Those Eremites were Kusela's...
Sorry it's happening to you.
Dekhan al-Ahmar. Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries, just like themselves. I was shocked. Why would Dekhan al-Ahmar go so far to save us and not spare the fellow Eremites? Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyazad. She was startled by his unfamiliar face and nearly started crying.
Really? I never knew.
He said that he had no particular reason to help us.
Mm-hmm.
He just took pity on us because he had a daughter about the same age. We started talking about our children, and I sensed that he was a devoted father. To repay his kindness, I hired his brigade to help out at our estate for a time, and offered everyone generous remuneration.
So, that's what happened.
It was many years before I saw him again. I almost didn't recognize him the next time he came knocking on my door.
That's Daddy Dehya.
The man I knew to be
he's
strong
old.
and healthy had been reduced to a shell of himself. He couldn't even walk anymore without his cane.
So, what happened to him? He was perfectly fine when I left the brigade.
He probably grew
I'm
old.
not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change was his cheery disposition. He said there was absolutely nothing to worry about and that he had gotten into a fight. That was all. He then suddenly asked me if Dunyazad, now that she had grown, would need a bodyguard of her own. At the time, Dunyazad was going through a particularly severe bout of her Elazar. There was no need for her to have a bodyguard when she could barely leave the house. But he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, it never hurts to be safe. How do you know a bodyguard won't come in handy one day? I was completely lost at first, until he recommended the Blazing Beasts, and in particular, a mercenary named Dehya.
He was the one who recommended
Daddy
it.
set her life up
Indeed.
behind the
He didn't
strings.
say it
Got
out
her the
loud,
job.
but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would eventually corrupt every member in their ranks. He was already beyond redemption, but he hoped that he would be able to detach his daughter from the vicious world of mercenary life. If Dehya could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard, then gradually her affinity for the desert would decrease, and she'd be able to leave her previous life behind.
Damn, he really did try to manipulate Dehya's entire life from the shadows.
And that's why you offered her such generous compensation?
Yes, but not just because of that. From the moment that he asked me for that favor, I also began to see Dehya as my own daughter. And that's also why I tried to persuade you.
And that's why you get away with so much shit, Dehya.
I was willing to spend however much it took. Kusela saved my daughter and I all those years ago in the desert. I could never refuse him entrusting his daughter to me.
He was always like that, acting like he's oh so smart and self-righteous.
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Dehya's fees. I refused to take any mora from him, but he always sent me funds anyway. Eventually, I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. And that went on for a while until I received another letter from him a few years ago. The letter contained a request to help him buy food, weapons, medicine, and even explosive materials.
At least he tried to do right by her. He didn't try to manipulate her to, like, use her later. He tried to set her up to get her a better life than he had. Forrest said, yeah, I always have more success with those kind of things in person. Yeah, that often tends to be the case. You know, I feel myself like my neck slouching forward and everything, and then leaning back and slouching forward. I'm trying to, like, work on the posture here. Been watching a lot of a lot of chiropractor videos where they like give adjustments to these peoples that like have messed up spines or back problems, and I'm like, man, my setup is not conductive to me having a good posture and spine. Like, I have to lurch over to look at the screen the right way. So, I purchased a standing desk today. That should be in soon. Next 2 weeks, I'd say I'll probably start streaming with a new setup where I can have a better mouse to keyboard to monitor height ratio, and I think I'll still need a new chair at some point, because this old guy here is not doing the best for me. But you just got to keep upgrading this setup, right? And maybe one day I'll get a less cheap webcam, and it won't do all this crazy stuff. At this point, I don't know what else I can change on it to make it not flicker like that and freeze.
Wait! Isn't that around the time that Akmar started becoming more aggressive?
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, I became wary. I wanted to meet him face to face to discuss things. But by then, he was no longer receptive to my requests to talk. If I had to guess, it's probably because he doesn't want to put Deyha at risk. That thought occurred to me as well. I figured that he probably came to me for help because he had nobody else to turn to. After some deliberation, I decided to send him some food and medicine. I turned down all his requests for explosives and weaponry. I am aware that even such a reduced gesture of support could lead to others coming to harm, but I could not simply reject his plea for help. In the end, it probably was the wrong decision. I plugged my ears to the rumors and just chose a solution that made me feel least guilty about myself.
If you can, please tell me where he is now. None of the things he's doing right now make any sense if he's just trying to keep me from getting tangled up in his world. If all he wants to do is steer clear of me, then maybe he shouldn't have brought me into this world in the first place.
Oh no.
Dang, that's a little sad.
That way?
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head around any of his actions. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think I can do it. But I guess you do have a point. We haven't uncovered the whole truth yet. We still need to figure out his exact actions and reasoning for these last few years.
I'll do my best to help. Of course, anything between the two of you would need to be resolved between you and him.
Yeah, Shazam man, I get that entirely.
Kusela's exact whereabouts. Outside of supplying his brigade with some goods, I tried my best to avoid getting involved any further with him. However, there's a man on the list named Jawed. He used to be a mercenary in the desert and is now a member of the Corps of 30. He's responsible for supplying weapons and liaising with the Dekhan al-Akhmar's merchant caravan. I think he should know Kusela's whereabouts. I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy the cool wind at night outside the tavern. Maybe you'll be able to find him there.
Night, tavern, random NPC.
Thank you, Sam.
Got it.
Then I guess this is bye for now, unless...
I'll stay and be with my father here. To be honest, I'm still a little dazed and haven't finished processing everything quite yet. My father has indeed done something wrong, but if I think about it, I'm also not sure if there was a right way to handle this problem. I feel like our only course of action is to turn everything we know over to the Corps of 30 and let them render judgment.
Yes. I am prepared to accept whatever verdict they choose. It's time to face my mistakes.
Oh, man, are they really mistakes if you don't know what you could have done better? Like, you want to face your mistakes, but you don't know what... years later, you still don't know what you would have done that's right. So it wasn't really a mistake. It's not a regret if you don't know what else you would have done. I mean, I guess you can regret doing something, but you can't really reflect on your mistake if you don't know what the right thing to do would have been. If everything was wrong, then you can't. You could justify it that way. If everything was just as wrong of an option, then you took the lesser of the evils. Wait, you're looking for Jafrod. Jawad.
Huh? Who are you guys?
Genshin Mobile win. They have a Genshin turn-based game now. It's called Honkai Star Rail.
Weapons to violent brigades in the desert while working for the Corps.
They do have a remake of Paragon out there. I could try and stream that shit. We could look at all the salty people that get mad when my KD isn't positive as a support.
This place should do. Alright, back to my question.
I know they just re-added Mortgage to that game.
Don't worry about that for now. You know what kind of punishment you'll face once we report you to the Corps, I assume.
Wait, there's no need to jump the gun. Let's talk this out. What do you turn?
Speaking of Gunn, James Gunn, how about that Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Any of you guys see that yet?
So what's in it for you anyway, Mora?
Well, I was a little tight on money at the time, and Kusela took good care of me in the past. I weighed it in my mind, and I couldn't find a reason to turn the opportunity down. I wouldn't only be helping my benefactor, but I could also make some quick Mora.
Let me tell you how it is.
Yeah, I think there might be 2 Paragons, because I keep seeing a lot of Discord updates for those games. So maybe there's 2 going on for them to be that many updates at once. Because like I saw they were about to add Phase, and then a week later they added Moragesh, so like, maybe that's one. Maybe that's 2 different games and not all at once.
Just give me a number, and I'm sure we can...
Shut it. My patience is running out. You should know when a mercenary is after something other than money.
Wolfgangus says his finest memory of Paragon will be a toxic player telling me to go back to Candy Crush. I chuckled when his game died. Yep, I remember that game. I was proud of the 1 kill you did get. That guy was upset about the 10 deaths you had. It was so sad, like... Everyone else in that game was so toxic, and we just wanted to play and have a good time, and like, you had outgrown the computers. You were better than them. You still didn't have a full grasp of the game, but they were brain dead enough that you were beating them pretty, like, sweeping with them after a few games, and you're like, this is boring. It's PvP. So we PvP, and then we're getting stomped, and even in, like, silver rank, because you don't know the game that well. And, like, I've had conversations with players that have been toxic to me or other friends before on the PS4 chat afterwards. And I'm like, don't you want people to play the game and learn the game and join the game and stay in those low ranks until they get better at it and get invested in it? They're not going to do that if, if you, like, bash them for trying to play. And the guy was literally like, no, I want good teammates on my team so I win my games. If people aren't good enough to play and win with me, they shouldn't be playing at all. I'm like, well, how do they get good? They already are, or they aren't playing. And I don't care about the growth of the game or its health or anything. I just care about me and my game. And my team doing well. I don't understand how people have that kind of a mindset. But yeah. Whew. It's rage-inducing. One of my favorite memories from that game is, like, me and Brian would play. We'd drink and play sometimes. We got a game or 2 in. We were both kind of drunk one night. And, like, it comes to, I think, like, the third person to pick is a rando, and I'm 4th. And I had locked in that I wanted the role of carry, but you don't get to really, like, say that. Like, you don't get to confirm it. You just get to say, I would like, I want to be carry. The guy ahead of me picks carry, and I think the only role left for me would have been mage. And I'm like, and I think there weren't any, like, melee mages at the time, so it was going to be, like, I needed to be a Gideon or a Moragesh. And I was like, hey, can you, like, let me play Seraph, like, range or melee DPS? Because, or, like, maybe they were trying to stick me with Murdoch or something, but I was like, you can't stick... Yeah, they were trying to stick me with Murdoch somehow, and I was like, can you let me play, like, jungle or something? Because if I'm the ranged DPS right now, if I'm AD carry, I'm drunk and I'm gonna miss... I just typed in the chat, I'm drunk right now, I can't play ranged. I'm gonna miss all my shots. Please let me pick jungle, I think was the example. And he's like, "Ugh, here we fucking go!" And he switches off. And he switches to a carry. And then I'm like, thank you! And I get to play melee jungle. So I get to run around and, like, because I was that kind of drunk where, like, I know I can't aim the shots when I'm inebriated. But if, like, the high skill, you know, hand-eye coordination is taken care of, I'm decent at it because I know the game in and out enough. And I did pretty decent that game, but Brian, he was suffering. He was playing Greystone over in the off lane. I think at one point he just kind of left because he went to go throw up later in that game, because those games were long. It was like an hour, and he had, like, eaten a 6-pack of tacos and half a bottle of Kraken. Down half a bottle of Kraken. You had wholesome teammates the other day in Hunt. Well, that's nice. Yeah, Hunt is just not something I got into. Though the first time I played it, it was horrifying. That tutorial horrified me. So it was a great horror game for that first match. That was fun. I played with this duo, and we got both bounties, and they were like, "and actually good rando, holy crap!" Oh, nice. Nice. You rando paired with a duo, and they were good, and you were good. That's good. And then later I ran into that same duo again, but they were another team, and I killed all 3 of them, and they messaged me like, "nice ass shots, bro." Okay, so they were... Yeah, that's the opposite of toxic. That's what I want to see in Paragon, but even when I went into Fault, which is one of the Paragon remakes, it still seemed toxic when I had other players. Fault's gone now, though. And I think the toxicity in that game is what kills it a lot of the time. But hey, 2 more remakes standing on their legs. We'll see how far they can get. They added a new tutorial for Hunt. That's dope. I mean, I might be willing to play it a little more. I just need to have more time in life. It used to be a computer issue where it would barely run, but I've upgraded computers since then, and I think I could play it now. Now it's is this what I want to do with the hour free time I have? Although I've been getting into 7 Days to Die for the past couple of weeks, so I guess I've had a little more free time.
All right, sheesh. But you gotta promise you'll put in some nice words for me later. They're always on the move. Here's the spot they were at the last time I made my delivery to the desert. Feel free to go have a look. I'm just telling you, though, it's not on me if they're not there anymore.
Sure. And then you can forget about any nice words from us.
Hey, come on. Now you're just being unreasonable.
Really? And how do I know you're not leading us straight into a trap? Don't forget, you're the one with no bargaining chips.
Doesn't Dehya have spikes on both of her gloves, and then she folds her hands and puts the spikes on one of her elbows, right under her elbow?
Now that's more like it. Let's move. And as for you, try to stick around the city until we get back. You don't want us to call the folks from the Corps and have them drag you back to the city.
Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere.
And then we were going to completely forget about him when we get our way. We're not going to come back and tell him he's free to go. Plus, when I play with you, I am usually playing with people that have 2001 hours. Yeah. Is that a... Am I going to this pit? Sure, I guess. And then I go this way? Alright, this was obviously the wrong place to go. guess it's just outside this cave then. Oh, it's above the cave. Okay. Oh, you mushrooms just sucking the nutrients out of the ground? How greedy of you. Are we inside the robot? Is there an early way out? Mayhaps? Oh god, we're okay. Alright, we're just gonna take this one. Yeah, it makes sense. It's not your type of game. It's not for everyone. Yeah. Yeah. It's, yeah. Although I enjoy when I do play it. It's one of those, you know, some games you can enjoy playing once in a while.
Seems like we're in luck.
And then not get into any of the depth or systems at all, and then be like, well, that was a fun, runny, shooty, be scared of things game. I'm gonna go not do that again for a while.
I'm here to see Kusela. Tell him to get out here.
Give me that Kusela.
Why are you here?
You know, the whole time, look at how little energy I'm built. Am I only doing hundreds of damage? This is awful. Bennett, do something. That alone, like, doubled my energy. I want to get the Aura.
I summon thee.
No rest for the wicked.
Please tell me this isn't it.
Haven't you all done enough?
Oh, cool. Might actually get my ult up. How much does this ult cost? 70. It's taking forever to get out. Wait, this is not a C0 Dehya? This is C3? Bruh, you're still so kinda lame. Oh no, I didn't mean to. Well, that didn't kill that generic guy.
Let's get it on.
It'd be cool if we could get that off again, though.
I'm going in. Get out of here. Rain outlines your
Guys,
face.
Dehya's not bad. It's just a skill issue.
Let me weave you a verse.
Scatter.
Let's light it up.
And she's gone.
She's so strong.
Enough fighting. We all know each other, and I don't want to take things too far. Just bring Kusela to me. There's no use hiding him anymore. Did you understand a single word I just said? Or do I need to bash your skull in some more?
All right, everyone, let's all just calm down for a second. Dehya, the boss can't come out and see you anymore.
Uh-oh.
He died a long time ago.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, that
Seems
explains
like you've
a
been out
lot.
of the loop for a while. Guess that's for the best, though. At least, that's what the old man wanted.
When did he die?
A few years ago, Anna broke up Dakanoa and went to the Deshret's Relics headquarters by himself.
So is that when you guys started acting up?
We would prefer to call it taking revenge. Every last person in Deshret's Relics must pay in blood for what they did.
Let me start from the beginning. Dehya, do you know how the head of the Relics maintained order internally?
Overwhelming strength and unquestionable authority?
Those were a part of it, yes. But just those on their own weren't enough. They had another tool at their disposal. They called it a person's record. Regardless of whether they joined by their own will or were coerced, Every person in Deshret's relics were forced to leave a record of themselves at headquarters. Whether it be their deepest sin, some unforgivable act, or their most immoral exploit, the records served both as a symbol of loyalty and the perfect material for blackmail. That's precisely it. Every one of us have a record. Me, Bashar, tHaT, and all the boys who grew up with Dehya and ended up joining our ranks. But you, Dehya, you were never asked to provide a record, were you?
I never even knew this was a requirement.
You were probably the only person in all of Deshret's relics who didn't know about it.
Okay.
Ever since you were born, Boss had been trying to shield you from this organization's sinister rules. Not only that, but he also banned all of us from committing any nefarious acts. He said he'd take care of the dues we had to pay regularly to headquarters. But in the end, he was just an ordinary person. What could he do? He was forced to go to headquarters again and again to account for missed dues and incomplete records. He'd come up with all kinds of excuses and get beaten up as a result.
We all knew he was doing that for you. He wanted to get you out of this world, no matter what it took.
And that's
Damn,
why he
this is
couldn't
kinda
help
sad.
himself and couldn't walk without a cane.
Because he got beat up by his superiors.
Doesn't make any sense. I didn't know about any of this, and I'd never seen him get injured or beaten.
Because you were too young at the time. How would you ever tell between wounds from a beating and wounds from battle? When you left home after that final argument with him, he seemed to age by a decade overnight. Even his hair went gray.
Yikes.
So even the blazing beasts were...
Yep. It was all his doing. Had he not arranged them to come to you, you probably would have been reduced to a pulp before you ever left the desert.
A few years ago, Boss said he needed to make another trip to headquarters. He was already pretty weak then, and we all assumed he was going to get beaten again.
Uh-oh.
I suggested that he hand the role of leadership over to me, but he said there was no longer any need, since the Khan al-Ahmar would soon be no more. His words made no sense to me, but that night, we heard that a massive fire tore through headquarters and razed everyone's records to ash.
Whoa!
Freedom that night. Many members fled, not just from our ranks, but from the other brigades as well.
This didn't need to take 3 hours to get to, but this is cool. This is cool backstory for Dehya.
All of us who knew exactly what had happened.
The boss can't have just died for nothing. Those heartless jerks at headquarters took him from us.
From that point on, the sole purpose of the Khan
Well, he did
al-Ahmar
burn
became
down
revenge. The big
their
fire that
headquarters
Boss
records.
started was quite a blow to headquarters strength. It's given us the opportunity to launch our attack. Even though we're outnumbered, we vowed to see our revenge through to the very end. There were people from headquarters who changed their names and went into hiding. Some fled to other brigades, and others escaped to the rainforest. But we won't let any of them escape our wrath. They'll all pay for what they've done.
We've suffered plenty of losses as well.
Dang, these guys are really
Keep
loyal to the
going.
boss.
We need an enormous amount of supplies, from food and medicine to weaponry and explosives. All we can do is exchange our loot for
Alright,
more,
finally I finished my models, so probably gonna lay down and play Zelda till I fall asleep in 25 minutes. Frosthaven hype!
Thankfully, many people were willing to...
I get that, Wolfgangus. I'm trying to find the wrap-up point for this side mission here. Alright, well, have a good night, and yeah, we'll see you in a few days. And then from Mitch, on a side note, now that I've cooled off a bit...
We were also able to attract many mercenaries who shared our goal. We've endured unspeakable pain to win many impossible
The
battles.
AOT game is pretty fun.
Deshret's relics
Yes, it
become
is.
Weaker and weaker, and now we finally have an opportunity to directly strike their headquarters.
Yes, it is. Are you getting past the clunkiness? You see how it kind of... Do you see how the controls kind of come together a little better the longer you play with them? Because I know we're talking a little apples to oranges first game versus second game. The second game had guns, and it was really weird for me to control those, but I know the first one felt clunky until I got, like, familiar with it, and then it was just swoop, slash, and it kind of became second nature, and the only time it was an issue is if I like messed something up and like lost, kind of like lose your tempo, and then it was hard to get back because it's not like a normal game. Might pick it up to play with my brother when it goes on sale. Nice. And Wolfgang says he saw an article about the AOT game. Actually, I want to play it too. Speaking of, I bought Demon Slayer game today, Flock. So when we doing the Demon Slayer stream, where we just go at it for 3 hours, and we just knocking out matches back to back with that netcode. Although, I guess Steam SharePlay, if you have a good connection, is almost even better. If you have a wired connection, I might even be willing to try to connect to yours and see if it's better than the netcode. But really, when you guys come over, it's just good to play it in person with 2 controllers.
We do know right from wrong, but we were sinners from the very beginning. We do not deserve the freedom that the boss won for us with his life. Boss always loved his old-fashioned hero stories. Those tales about sacrificing yourself to save the world. We used to always laugh at him for it. But in the end, he really went and lived those stories out himself. As for me, I never considered myself a hero. We're all the lowest of the low. We have no right to even imagine such an existence. But maybe those hero stories he liked foreshadowed everything that was to come. The spirit of the hero touched all those he had saved, and more people joined his cause. Maybe we were all just acting along with
We'll figure it out this weekend. I've mostly got it to make
parts
Demon
with
Slayer
some
models. Of course. You gotta make an Akaza. Please make Akaza. That's one you need. But playing is an added bonus. Aight, see you guys later.
Always found us insufferable ever since you were young.
Ooh, Docky and
Think of this as a madman rant.
Docky and the other one would make good Geminate minis. Docky and her, you know, the other thing. Spoilers.
Huh? Dehya? You wanna go with them?
I grew up with these guys, and I know they're not bad people. It's just that some situations get so bad that it's difficult to tell good from evil. All I know is that Deshret's relics must be destroyed. Furthermore, I want to go see the place for myself. I want to know if my father is still there. I know you don't want to get involved in this, so there's no need for you to tag along. I can do this on my own.
Nope, we gotta go on the domain.
Paimon feels like we'd only regret it if we don't.
I didn't know we were going to a third location. Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
Thank you. We'll be a lot stronger together with you.
Nice.
I bet Boss would lose his mind if he ever knew you'd join us at the very last moment like this.
Yeah, we're gonna go avenge her dad or something. This is like Star Wars 6 where they avenge the Sith.
He can think whatever he wants. But the fact is, I owe him this much.
So we may see a cool final cutscene yet. Let's go, guys.
I guess it all comes down to this.
What a bummer. I just had to get injured now, right before the final fight. Be sure to punch one of them for me, huh?
Will do. Let's do it. Oh, how am I supposed to get over there? Oh gosh, okay. This is one way to do it. That's always a little nerve-wracking. Hey! What? No, let me in! Aha! Got it.
Is this an answer from this world?
They tried to trick me there. Where are we going? It's kind of far. So I know it's a Frosthaven weekend, but it kind of sounds like we're going to spend one of these days on non-Frosthaven games, such as Demon Slayer, and mostly Battle Spirits. I'd be fine with doing that, dedicating that to Sunday. I know Brandon's already gone, but Mitch, I guess I'm talking to you here. Oh, this place is way further away than I thought. We're just gonna fast travel. Well, it's not the fastest travel, but we'll start from here. You know, I feel like as far as streams go, this has been a weird one. Like, as far as the story quest streams have gone, this is the least focused. I feel like we've stayed on course with, like, engaging with what's actually happening in the game. Except for that time that I had Mitch broadcasting with me. But that's okay. It is just the Deyha Quest. Just another one, random one we had to complete. And, you know, while it might be a very cool quest and in a cool way, sometimes you just gotta get back into it. I'm glad that we had more of a focus on that second tHaT quest. It was really good. But man, I think I'm gonna have to pump out like one of these a week for a little while, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep the webcam on with the way it's been performing tonight. And I know half of my focus has gone to that, the other half to the comments and just my one friend situation, Mitch. But, you know, streams like that happen. It's not the end of the world. We still got the gist of what's going on in Deyha's life, right? Yeah. And it looks like we're going to unlock a random side domain. Oh, it's getting to the 2.5 hour mark, so hope this doesn't take too long to... 14 dendro particles, okay. Maybe this will just run us to the quest. Seems like it. Alright, this is one of the desperate places. Am I supposed to go up? Yeah, I'm supposed to go up. Way up. Perfect.
An answer from this world?
And we're supposed to go up this jet stream to the quest. Alright.
Is this the entrance? We sure didn't run into much trouble on the way here.
Should be. I don't think they have enough manpower left to post guards and defend their perimeters.
Then let's go!
Wow. Raymond didn't expect to doesn't look like this on the inside.
They should all be holed up in here. Don't know how many people they've got left, though.
Who cares? We'll round up all of them.
Dang, Dehya looks mad.
We should be careful.
I swear to God, if her dad's alive, though, like, that's gonna ruin the suspense we've built up here.
Yeah, we'll know what they're really capable of once we've landed some hits on them. Deshret's relics may have been a force.
Genshin always does that kind of thing where it's like, yeah, the character's dead, oh, it's so bad, I'm so sorry.
They don't stand a chance.
Oh, actually, look, they're alive, yeah, it's wonderful, oh, it's so magical that we did this, that we actually, you know, retconned them into being alive. Not retcon, but they're alive. That is cool, though. They're adding that AI feature, though. This is really fun to see. This is fun.
You are not welcome here.
Alright, well, you guys have fun. So we are actually fine to just chill. For some reason, our AI companions are immortal, and we can let them take care of this. They don't do that much damage, but they'll get it done eventually. If we had more viewers to chat with, I think this would be a good time to just read through some comments. It's cool that Genshin added AI to some of these later missions. And I understand that they don't do much damage to the enemies because they want you, the player, to do the fight. But it does take it out for me that they are just immortal and will, like, if you leave them here for 20 minutes, they'll win for you. I mean, I could join in as Dehya, but am I really adding much to the AI's DPS at this point if I do that? Come on, guys. Next area. You guys coming? Yeah, let's go. It's cool how the fight even split up into two separate subfights. Wonder where we're supposed to go next.
Let's get it on.
I'll be back.
She's almost got it. Yeah. All right, here we go.
You're dead meat.
Got him.
Following orders. New punching bag.
It's not even that fun to execute, but it's fun to watch. Oh, you're not dead. There's more?
Off we go.
Does her ability not give particles?
Feeling lucky today.
What? Dehya's ability doesn't make particles? What does it do? Oh, I'll try to keep up.
Rain outlines your fate. Huh? Witness.
Teamwork is true. By royal
Where are they?
Gloves off.
I'm getting sick of this
Midnight battle.
No, my sword.
Get out of here!
Guards
This way, follow
defeated.
me. We're almost there.
Ugh.
Wait! They went charging ahead without checking for any traps!
Hey, you guys okay?
Huh,
Seems
oops.
like we just got trapped in here. Don't think we triggered anything else.
I think we just ran out of budget for the AI section.
Well, now that things have come to this, seems we'll have to fight our way through.
Don't worry about us. We knew something like this could happen. Go and take a look around. There could still be another way through. Let's go! We can't let the boss down!
Let's check if there's another way. The sooner we can make it through to help them, the better.
Agreed, Paimon. Agreed.
Let's see. I think I see a way through over there, but it's being blocked by something. Let's try our luck with that mechanism.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, we get to solve puzzles now? Okay. I don't think that would happen in the Deyha Quest. Especially the way it's been structured to be like a fight. Okay. Oh my god, I solved another 8th year master's degree physics problem. Oh, hello.
Buckle up. Oz, reveal thyself. Rain outlines
15-second cooldown? That's so bad.
Scatter.
Another mechanism like the one before.
More thinky, no good.
We just need to adjust it a little.
Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. But there's none on the bottom layer? Do we need to rotate the input device? No. Okay, so what happens if I do this? Oh, okay. We don't need to do anything with that yet. Yes, and then we can lower this. And there's nothing over there except maybe a chest? Or this side, maybe a chest. Nope. Cool. Oh no, a new fight!
Look alive. You're dead meat. Terminate. No, my sword. Get out of here.
Ah, big fight in here, yeah? Oh, no.
Let's get it up. By royal Ring cutter. Rain outlines your thing. Going in. Yeah. You asked for it. Witness the power.
Oh, and this is probably with Pyro Resonance this whole time, that we've had Deyha do extra damage than she, you know, would.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's light it up.
Cool.
Adventure time.
Everything is dead. Thought that this was about to be a huge fight. But now it's just a bigger puzzle than last time, so that's not too bad. And then we're gonna have to leave that exactly the same. Oh, we're gonna have to change this color though. And this color. And then change the color again. And now we flee! This looks like a big final area type area.
wasn't expecting anyone to make it through from the other side. But as a desert dweller, I suppose we should be used to our folks defying all expectations.
Don't waste your breath. You have nowhere to run.
Run? Had I wanted to run, I would have fled 1,000 times already.
Oh, so he's got big balls. He's here to face us.
Golden age of Deshret's relics. Even if I could leave this place behind.
This whole time I thought Deshret's relics was like
endless days of humiliation and ruin.
A collection of relics.
My brothers and I,
not a collection of people.
in one thing.
Now I get it. Too many proper nouns. Too many clans in this game.
So you want to go out in a blaze of glory?
Let us draw our weapons. We will show them the true power King Deshret bestowed upon his followers.
I mean, with the 5 voice lines, they've made this generic NPC really cool. He's ready to fight. I get it. Let's tussle, man. I like that fight manly bro energy. Oh. Not him. It's not 1v1. It's kind of like the Alhaven quest again. Wonder if Dehya's gonna, like, we're actually gonna boss fight with him, or if he's just gonna show up in a, you know, a cutscene. I didn't really mean to do that.
We're just getting started.
Yeah! A lot of damage. That cooldown on how often it adds fire damage is so long, man.
King Deshret will not abandon any one of his followers.
Whoa!
Time to witness the power of Guwa. Know my soul. Now you're testing my patience. Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's get it on.
Take my lead.
You asked for it.
You asked for it. Yeah, so if you, like, press the attack button just as she lands those punches, she goes faster. So sometimes you fit, like, I think the default is 6, but she can get into 8 punches if you, maybe even 9, if you time those right.
Where do you think you're going? Let's get it on.
Let's get it on! Waste this, Xingqiu ult time. For a second, I thought that explosion was me.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Finish it with a big boom.
The golden slumber.
Goodbye! As the big man crumbles in front of the little
The
boy.
commander's finally fallen.
But they're still coming at us.
The commander fell?
This place is like a
Okay.
gladiator's ring. They just keep coming no matter how many we beat.
Yes, keep.
Oh no, the marshal's still there.
There's no need to fear, and no need to back down.
When the next wave comes, try to draw away their attacks. I'm going to see if I can take out that high platform.
Yeah, he's gonna get defeated in a cutscene.
Get out of my way!
Come and face me, Mitchell. So they've broken.
Come face me, Mitchell!
Apologies, Lord Bishop. They fight like absolute.
Apologies, Lord
No matter
Mitchell.
how much we throw at them, they just keep coming for more.
So, it would seem like this is the end.
Time to pay for everything you've done, Mitchell.
You think I would give you that opportunity? I will be buried in the sand alongside all the rest of our fading glory.
Hey, wait!
We were too late.
Wait, what?
It's over. There's no more need.
Oh, she collapsed it all during the same cutscene. I didn't have to fight them again.
Pride, then I'll give you all a good beating as
Did
well.
so he died during a non-big cutscene?
Hey, Dehya! I found the mechanism. I'll get you all back up here right away.
They're like, yep, this one's been going on a while. Gotta wrap it up. But just comparing it to the Al-Haytham one, there was a lot more going on intellectually with that, and I mean, like, it built up with a big battle of ideals and everything instead of just a fight, and that was cool, but, like, at least I saw the guy die in, like, a 3DG animated cutscene where everything... I didn't know that was death! It was, like, 3 feet down! This is... That was the border edge? Okay. I mean, I didn't say you way to climb up, but I figured you had to account for that somehow, and I guess that's how you did it. Oh, wait. Oh, wait! No! I goofed. Wonder if this is one of those where there's a secret if you get on top of the elevator and go up.
Pestering us?
You call yourself a member of the infamous tHaT's relics, and you still can't even tell who's made it all the way to your headquarters?
Who knows what intent a bunch of rats may have? We try to catch a couple, and you all just show up on the other side instead. How are we supposed to figure out what you're after? Hey, have you ever heard of a man by the name of Kusela? Why would I know? It's not like I'm in charge or anything.
This is your last chance to talk.
Hey, I said I don't know anything. I'm just an average member here. I'm telling the truth. If you're here to find someone, why
His
don't
name
you
is
do the records
Shankbot?
yourselves? Who can remember every name and face with so many people coming in and out every day?
The irony. His life became a light for so many, yet to others, it wasn't even worth remembering.
That kind of happens,
Where's
yeah.
the records room? Answer me.
It's right over there. All the files are in there.
Dee's going through a lot right
As much
now.
as you want.
I get it.
It's not like any of them still matter anyway.
She's got a lot to process.
I mean the old records room.
The old records room? You mean...
You, that Genshin point!
Kusela. Ah, yeah, I remember him now. The guy who could hardly walk. Watch your mouth. That's our boss you're talking about. He was definitely faking it. We all let our guard down as soon as we saw him come hobbling in. But in the short time it supposedly took him to take a dump, he'd already gotten away and started a fire in the records room. He couldn't have possibly outrun us if he wasn't a fraud. And after that, tHaT's relics fell into complete disarray.
Stop wasting our time. Every one of us here is perfectly aware of what he had done. Tell me, where is the old records room?
It's just over there. Go see it for yourself if it means that much to you. There's nothing left in there but ashes. No human could ever survive that kind of inferno. Bashar, tHaT, let's go. We'll leave the others here to guard these guys. Spare them no mercy if they try anything.
Huh.
I've already told you everything I know. Can't you just leave me alone?
Nope. Shankbot, you got a funny name. Oh, they're not gonna let us activate the... Or are they? Okay. Okay. Yes! What's up here? Oh my god, they're like, yes, this is where we would put a secret If we had one. Damn it. Holy crap. Okay. Oh, right here. Sure.
So, this was his final destination. How did he do it? Getting past all the guards with a limp and sneaking in here to start a fire? If he was nimble enough to do that, then he must have been able to get out of here after starting the fire, right?
Dehya.
I'm sorry. I know it's just wishful thinking. Let's look around. Maybe we can find something that's been left behind.
Is this a cane? It must be the one that Dehya's father used.
Kusela.
Thanks for everything, boss.
We're fortunate to somehow find that cane after that fire.
Let's split up and look around some more. What if something else has been left behind?
Oh, we're gonna find him alive.
What else could survive a fire like that?
I guess we gotta check. We got the manpower. And we stormed the castle. Oh, a cutscene. Like a real cutscene. This is where it is. So that the guy just fall and die in the middle of like a regular cutscene? No ceremony about it?
Thought so.
Wait! Isn't that the toy sword you played with as a child?
The dragon is no more, for Princess Dehya has slain it. Its head now hangs above the city gates. Her bravery has brought eternal peace and
Aww,
prosperity
baby
to us
Dehya
all.
looks cute.
Come on, this is the most important line.
You can do it.
But Dehya, you defeated the dragon. Everyone's waiting for your speech. Still too shy, huh? All right, I'll do it. I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more.
I hereby proclaim our victory.
Ooh, I can hear it in her
Evil
voice.
shall plague us no more, Dad.
The whole story was shared with the Core Authority, which joined the investigation in the name of restoring the member of the Dutch justice, alcohol, son of the authority, care of inheritance, back to Sumeru City. That's how much time they gave us to read all that. I barely made it through. You guys would probably have to pause so you don't hear my annoying traint on that. All on Paimon's tab!
Don't you remember? You asked Paimon what she would do if she were to wake up tomorrow with loads of money. And Paimon said that she would get boatloads of tasty snacks. You looked super confused at the time, but said it was an adorable thing to say. These opportunities don't come by often. So today, Paimon's gonna treat you to a special crash course on Paimon's life philosophy.
She rarely spends her allowance on other people. Wow, Paimon's really paying? This is great! Yeah, Paimon, you've never done this for someone. I guess Dehya really did need it. Oh, it's really my treat, but you get the point. No, she rarely spends her allowance on other people.
Hey, come on! Anyway, the point is that
It is the first time we've seen Paimon do that. She's kind of that stingy.
you'll feel better for sure if you've gotten something in your tummy. Junior's dad will also be here shortly. She's already heard that we're back.
Aw, thanks, you two. Honestly, this is very unlike me. I just had a lot on my mind on our way back, so I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, it said something about her being quiet the whole way back.
Intense emotions. They just shook me even more than all the feelings we've shared during our previous adventures. But when everything came to an end, those emotions also vanished without a trace. and I was left feeling more empty than ever before. It was as if I'd lost the thing that was most important to me.
A lot did happen to you so fast you figured out your dad was dead. I get it.
Mora is the most important thing in the world. But perhaps to us, it's the most worthless thing of all. Idrisi and the others all used to say that they would quit if there was no Mora to be had. But when it came to avenging my father, there was no Mora to be made anywhere. My reality shattered when I found out that the father who always told me hero stories was in fact a bad guy. But look at me now. Am I any different? Despite all my promises about never forgiving him and never trying to understand him, I still went to such lengths to find out the truth and nearly even shed tears for his sake. We're hypocrites.
Yeah.
All of us. Yeah, you're right. It's just a pity that we often only recognize our true feelings after it's already too late.
You're back.
I'm sorry to hear all that,
Dehya.
Dehya.
Right?
Ah, there she is.
Now, you need your emotional support, best friend.
Many people from the Corps of 30 came over, and I just wrapped up everything with my dad. All I can do now is wait for their verdict. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Dehya, you're looking quite down again.
Paimon will explain. A lot happened.
Maybe you let... No, Paimon. Maybe you let Dehya deliver the news. This looks important to Dehya. This is important to Dehya. Oh, once Paimon finishes telling the story, Dune used out cries, and I could not read the
I should
rest.
have controlled my emotions better. I just...
It's all right, my lady. You were hurt by all of this as well. Truth be told, I'm starting to feel a little guilty watching you cry like this.
But Dehya, your pain must be even worse. You shouldn't need to comfort me.
Hey, don't worry about me. If anything, this whole thing has finally shown me the difference between illusion and reality. My father probably thought that people could settle into new lives as long as they moved to a new environment. That thought has even crossed my mind a few times.
Those sandwiches look
Like
good.
saying, what's wrong with adapting to a new life? However, there was always something deep within my mind that refused to accept it. This impulse brought me great turmoil, and even made me feel ashamed for turning my back.
Damn, all that food looks good.
But now that I consider it again, it all makes sense. The desert sands are a part of who I am, and I will never be able to lead a peaceful existence.
I understand how you feel.
That's dark.
That doesn't mean I won't be making any changes to my life, though. As an example, I'm now thinking about taking on some small odd jobs. It's just like Idrisi said. I also want to catch up to my father and become a character in his play. Even if the ending of the story may be childish and ridiculous, it won't really matter.
You did the ending to the play.
Isn't that
You did
neat,
wonderful.
though? Oh, you'll be a whole new kind of mercenary, one that's not out for Mora. Why don't we go for a change of scenery once we finish eating? What about stopping by the Grand Bazaar again?
Right. You said you wanted to get a rug for your family.
We'll come along too.
I feel like this could, like, yeah, again, a lot of these story quests feel like they could have been a 30-minute to hour-long, like, that's it. That's all it needed to be. But yeah, it's always more fun when everyone's together. Let's go shopping.
Taking care of me this entire time.
Oh! Okay, there's still more. Don't know why I need to clear my head. Dia's the one who had a whole-ass character arc. The only thing I need to clear my head about is not accepting story quests until we're ready to take care of them, guys.
Oh, this rug here is quite something. The craftsmanship is exquisite, and the fabric is also of high quality.
Ah, here you are. Finally, I found you.
Is he...
Hey!
He's the guy who bit his tongue!
His tongue? You can still
Because he didn't bite it all the way through.
I
I didn't think we were going to come back to him.
What are you talking about? Do I look like I could take you all to a fight?
No, you
I
don't.
just came here to give you something. I'll be on my way to give myself up to the Corps after this.
What? Why is everybody always giving themselves in this game?
To the Khan al-Ahmar's camp, hoping to alert them to your presence.
That's another thing that bothers me in this game world is like when we catch somebody and then they have the freedom to escape or run around and they always come back and not only see the error of their ways, but they're like, I'll turn myself in. Like, what? No one's even asking you to. I mean, maybe we would have, but no one had asked you to yet. Why are you offering that up?
But when I got there, I found no.
I imagine you would want your freedom and to go correct your ways on your own, you know? Some people might have reason to, but not literally every single time a situation like this happens.
Exacted their revenge, and everyone had turned themselves into the authorities.
Everyone turned themselves into the authorities. Jesus.
I had joined the cause to repay an old favor from Kusela. Now that everyone's already turned themselves in, I might as well do the same. One of the injured members gave this box to me and told me that it contained some of the old man's last possessions.
Everyone turned themselves into the authorities on both sides to lose their freedom for the rest of their lives. I figured I may as well go do that too. Like, what? That doesn't make... Whatever. That just doesn't make sense.
So I figured I should get this to you before the Corps could get their hands on it.
Thank you.
No worries. We are all just living our own truths. There's no need to comment or judge anyone for it.
And yet you all feel like you need to live the truth of Sumeru's ways of turning yourselves in.
Everything that Dia's father left behind.
Wild.
Huh. It feels lighter than expected.
Well, back in the day, the first thing he did with any Mora was spend it on things like drinks and meat. But let's see what's inside. What's this? It's just a bunch of junk. Ugh, it kinda stinks.
Mitch said, can't have them being actual bad guys in Genshin. I don't see why not. We run into random bad guys all the time.
The paper's already yellowed, and it looks like it's about to fall apart. It was against the academic
Eremite is just a
rules
class of
because
enemy
of
in this
personal
game.
use. If he was going to break that rule, he could have at least copied something useful.
That probably means this was really important to him.
Remember, we have to like and respect everyone!
Deteriorated. Maybe that's where the smell was coming from.
Yep. Making everyone likable makes it unlikable. I get it.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Even when I was a child, I was never a fan of these kinds of snacks. He'd always say that he got them from
This
me.
doesn't feel like an end of quest dialogue. This feels like we're starting into something else.
Snacks in a box like this anyway. Isn't that just common sense? Forget it. Let me see what else is in here. A razor, some buttons.
You found C6 razor?
A wooden toy puppet, a wool scarf, which from the looks of it probably belonged to a woman, and a hair clip? Why are these things here?
Are these things from your mom?
I'm suddenly feeling a little scared.
I'm sorry, my lady, but this is just the kind of man he was.
Oh.
He probably saw this box as some kind of personal trash heap and dumped any and everything.
No,
in
it's
there.
personal artifacts.
No, 2 empty liquor bottles. Tell me, you guys, are these the kinds of things that a normal person would leave behind?
What an interesting man.
Huh? There's something in the bottle.
Oh, you're
It's
right.
a message in the bottle.
I got it out.
Yeah.
It seems to be a piece of paper with some writing on it. The bottom part's all damaged from moisture, though. Let's hope the writing didn't smudge. I was suddenly seized with an urge to write a letter after finishing this bottle. I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though. If I end up forgetting about it, it won't really matter.
I was suddenly seized with an urge to write a letter after finishing this bottle. I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though. If I end up forgetting about it, it won't... What? How did you write that you folded it up and put it in the bottle after you folded it up and put it in the bottle! Mitch, did you catch this one? What? Hold on, I think Dia's dad is a grand level, Amber level, not Amber, Alice level sorcerer here with that kind of magic.
To Dehya. It's a letter from me? It's alright. I'll just read it out. If he went to the trouble of writing a letter, there must have been some important things that he wanted to say. Or at least record down.
My condition's becoming worse and worse. Can't even walk without a cane anymore, much less go out and have fun. Guess I don't have many days left. If you're reading this letter, then I suppose I'm already long gone. You were adorable as a baby. Everyone loved you. And regardless of whether you were crying or laughing, everyone enjoyed having you in the group. But once you grew a bit older, you were no longer nearly as happy or cute. It's probably Idrisi's fault. He was never up to anything.
Wow.
Can you believe this guy? He can point the finger at himself.
Anyway, back to the point. To summarize, I'm writing this so you would know not to feel sad for me, even if you end up finding out the truth. The reason being that I was never your father to begin with.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I said this earlier in the stream! Whoa! They don't have the same eyes!
Wait, what?
Surely, he must be joking, right?
I don't know.
I was quite formidable when I was young, and 100 times cooler than some so-called flame main. I really felt like the whole world was under my feet. With just a teeny tiny bit of effort, I felt I could rule over the entire desert. But as fate would have it, I went out into the desert for a drink one day, and discovered a baby in the sands. It was you. You were just lying there, small and helpless. You were so tiny that if the wind blew for just a little while longer, you would have been buried forever. But your cries were so loud they made my head hurt. Now that I think of it, you really were a bundle of energy.
Sounds like he's serious.
Wow.
I told Idrisi and the others that I had slipped up with a woman while out and about. None of them even.
This is some Game of Thrones shit. This is Jon Snow right here.
But I really had no other choice. I was their most esteemed leader, after all. It's not like I could just tell them that I suddenly wanted to play at being a father.
How sweet.
At this rate, I'll puke up all the liquor I just drank from this bottle.
Holy fuck.
Anyway, Dehya, you possess the kind of freedom and kindness that we could only dream of. As far as how you should live your life, that'll be up to you to decide.
That's the end of the letter. In the end, he was still thinking of me as a little child. I suppose.
Jesus.
Or I would have suffocated under the sand a long time ago.
He was a good father to you. The fact that he wasn't a blood relative doesn't change that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He may not be a great father, but apparently he's better than the dad and mom you actually had.
Do you already have some ideas about the decision that he wanted you to make?
I do. If he first found me alone in the sands, then I want to try my hand at finding the person who abandoned me. I just have one wish. To tell them a story. That there once existed a childish and foolish jerk with a heart of gold. And that only under his care was I able to grow and mature into the person I am
Yeah,
today.
see, she's like, oh, he wasn't that bad if he took me in.
We go on adventures all the time. Maybe we'll be able to find some information for you.
Sure, I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting you to be so enthusiastic.
I'll help too.
Thank you
Deyha Quest Part 2 when?
so much. My life is
Can we not have another Yoimiya one? We could just do Deyha instead. Let's make that happen next patch, Genshin. MiHoYoverse, please.
surrounded by incredible kindness.
I don't even remember what Yoimiya's was about. I think we just had to do it for the Archon quest. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, well. That's done. That's... Good job, team. We made it through another stream. Alright, come back tomorrow for the LEGO Star Wars adventure. And next week, hopefully we are catching an Imperial Assault stream, a Genshin stream, and perhaps some third adventure as well. Anyways, folks, stay frosty. Not sure about this webcam for things like this. It's freaking out right now, as you can see. So, stay frosty. Second Flock, out.